Here we go. Taking a little break from Babylon 5 to touch base with our our friend who's such a great creator. World of Swap Shop is one of his names. Emperor Kipling, Kippers, Swappers, and back in the day, Demon Scythe Synthwave. Star Wars Retold is the iteration we're doing tonight. And basically, this is Star Wars fan fiction done right. Great story. It replaces The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. So right after The Force Awakens, things change, and you can listen to this book right now in audio drama format on this YouTube channel, Star Wars Retold, at Star Wars Retold. Links in the description, but if you type those words, especially with an at for the username, Star Wars Retold, you'll find it instantly. So we're going to be talking chapter 13, which is the most recent release. It is up. If you haven't heard any of them yet, start from chapter 1 and work your way up to 13. So it'll be an interesting discussion tonight. We're a little light on slides. We'll talk about that in a moment. But in any case, before we get started, let's introduce the panel. We got this gentleman right here. Oh, yes.
It'll rain tonight, I reckon.
Well, you cracked one right there. Hello,
Indeed,
Colin. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And in deference to our guest, I have changed my name to the name he gave us for the band.
Have you? Well, on my screen, I'm just, well, I guess it's not showing names. Hold on here. When does StreamYard show names?
It shows names unless if you don't have a highlighted message up.
Ah, so it's Liza's fault. She's the one putting up your chats, folks. And I mean, hey, our chat must be heard.
Is that a better
one? The chat has so much to say. Arden, he's feeling his oats today. They're in, I think, St. John's Wort in, in the near the pole. I think, the North Pole. That is. All right, so we got Emperor Kipling tonight. Now I did share the link. Like, oh yeah, okay, good. We're good. Let's introduce this lady first. What?
I said few. You got kippers.
Yeah. Well, he is a kipper. The Kipper and Marianne. All right, come here. Fresh off a live stream from our garage, here's Liza Sahito of Psyche Electroacoustic Opera Company. As soon as I get Colin out of full screen, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, tonight's going to be a little bit free willy because we had slides to do, and I didn't want to just do my AI slides because how they're bad.
No AI slides.
So Swapper. No. Well, no, Swappers makes AI slides, but he's somehow able to make quality ones.
Yeah, exactly. Swappers knows how to make quality AI. So we trust Swappers.
It may not be a matter of just knowledge, although he is a good prompt composer, I'm sure. But I think it also has to do with I don't pay for anything, so
no. Swappers is a talented prompter, and as a talented prompter myself, I've been able to get really good results.
Tonight we're going to have a little bit of a bunch of things because Swappers is having a birthday, I believe. In
Oh.
fact, he was out celebrating, trying to raise funds for a cake. I never noticed it before, but I'm not sure if that's a European citizen standing behind Swappers there or a statue. Hey,
Hello,
it's El
everybody.
Swapalero.
Yay!
Hello. Yes, I am the herdiest of Gerdies tonight. Yes, indeed.
So,
Awesome.
sir, is it your birthday yesterday or today?
It's actually in May, so I'm not quite sure where that rumor
What
came
the
from.
I thought you thought there was someone near mine.
Who cares?
What was
I'll have
going
another one.
on this weekend that was special?
I'll have another one. The Queen has two. I'll have another one as well. Why not?
There was something, I don't know how that got in my head. There was something. Was there some sort of special occasion this weekend?
Not as far as I recall, unless I've missed it, and it was something ridiculously important I was supposed to go to, and I've completely forgotten.
Well, I guess it's interesting that you're not a Virgo then.
I'm not a Virgo. A Virgo, no. I'm a Gemini. Yes, I have to remember
Oh,
my
you're
own
a
birth-
Gemini. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That's why we get
Yeah,
along.
everyone hates
Another air
Geminis.
sign.
I didn't know this. My last girlfriend was absolutely insanely into astrology, and she spent all of her time whenever I was together telling me how terrible Geminis were. So yeah,
Yeah.
Why would she tell you that? That's awful.
it is, isn't it? I know.
There's good to every sign.
Mate and mate.
We'd hope so. You'd hope so. I'd lose all hope otherwise. It'd be.
Yeah, there can be. There can be. So anyway, what? But there was something you were doing this weekend. Now, unless it's personal, I mean, is it? There was something special going on, right?
I was in London all day yesterday.
Yeah.
It wasn't a particularly
that's
special occasion.
special.
It was just a friend of mine. You know, when you haven't seen friends for ages, and you think, oh, we really should organise something and get together. You know, so a friend of mine organised a day out for a bunch of us to go and just do some sightseeing, go for a drink in a few places, and get something to eat, and go to a few
Ooh.
bars, and nothing extravagant, but it was a lot of fun. And it's something that I don't do very often with those guys. And it was just nice to let my hair down and, go for it on a lovely Saturday, summer Saturday out in the sun. But it just did mean that I was gone from the morning till the evening. And my time when I could have been generating images for this presentation was strictly limited.
That's
So-
all right. Well, you got to enjoy yourself now and then.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I need to learn to just relax and not try to make everything so
Yes.
meticulous. But, I've been careful about the let your hair down thing. You'll make people think you have a man bun or something.
Oh, I did at one time till
Oh.
about 3 years ago. Oh, yes. I was growing it ever since the pandemic. It just grew out and grew out. I just left it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought,
I have
Right.
long hair. I just don't put it in a bun, though.
oh, good for you. Yes, that's that's the honourable man.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I switched to,
Ay,
What-
ay,
I
ay.
switch. No, it does that. It's not
Yeah.
my fault. I was switching to get my media assets up so I could load things for the show. I was shifting gears in a way, and it cut Swappers off. I'm sorry,
We
sir.
lost Swappers.
No, he's
Oh, no.
here. He's
Okay,
here.
he's
It just
okay.
StreamYard does that. It takes the guests, puts them down below the stage, and then I have to bring them back up again. But
No,
I
you
can't
gotta
fit
blame
everything into
StreamYard.
one media assets. I have to switch brands.
We got to get you a switchboard.
No, a switchboard doesn't. It's StreamYard. That's just the way it is. It happens to Jill too.
Can't you program this with StreamYard with a switchboard like OBS?
Well,
No.
yeah, but that won't change the fact that when you're switching a batch of assets, which it calls brands, it just takes guests and puts them down now and then, and so they're muted.
Ooh.
It just does that. And so a switchboard or not, it'll do that. Now, Brown doesn't have this trouble because he just shows slides. He doesn't have all these videos and everything, you know. He doesn't trigger things like this.
Then I shall... Jesus Christ!
Nor does he trigger things like this. Nor things like this.
And they made a very agreeable thump.
Yeah, Mr. Brown needs a Jakar clip.
I'm sorry, Swappers. Was there something that you were saying that
There probably
wanted
was.
to
I've
include-
completely forgotten. Yeah, I've completely forgotten.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Everyone needs a Jakar clip.
Everyone needs a Jakar clip. But I'm curious, Swappers, what did you have at the pub you went to? I'm just curious.
Oh my God, nothing British.
Oh.
I was drinking cider.
London, what did
which-
Oh, you were having cider. I was making cider yesterday.
Oh,
What a
yes, lovely.
coincidence. Yeah.
It was lovely fruity flavored cider. So
Oh.
I rarely get to have any alcohol whatsoever because I just generally don't drink. But the cider itself is lovely, sweet, fruity cider that you can drink like liquid candy. And if you have too much of it, you'll be on your back in 3 minutes. So I have to be very, very careful. Normally, it takes me a good half an hour to get me on my back. I can tell you that kind of thing.
Oh my gosh. I'm just dying. And you were in London. Oh my gosh. All of the wonderful places to eat there. I would just, man, how I would love to try an authentic British pub.
Well, I'll have to sort something out at some point. You guys are going to have to come and
Yeah,
visit
but
for a week or
at
so.
some point, yeah, you, me, Lawrence, and Colin were going out on the town one of these
Oh, yeah.
days.
We'll meet up with Mr. Brown, with Ruin, with Kung Fu Hot Dog, with Mega Geek. Oh, it'll be so much fun. It'll be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Now, how do I get over there without having a panic attack in a
It's
plane?
London.
Drink
London
lots of
has
alcohol.
nothing to do with it. I would need to be put in a stasis pod and flown.
Yes, or you could drug yourself up and go and sit in the toilet for the entire duration of the journey.
Well,
That'd be-
sometimes those things can have adverse effects and give you the opposite of what you need.
yeah, that's right. You might end up sitting in there, and it might be like an outtake from 2001: Space Odyssey from the end bit. You know, when he like goes through hyperspace, and
Oh.
you're just sitting there in the toilet alone, having this acid trip for 2 hours. Oh my God, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, and people knocking on the door outside. It's like, ah!
desperate to go to the toilet.
All right, so let's.
We'll have to develop a transporter for you.
Yeah, or
All right.
Stargate or something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I should just keep having
have this
fun,
thing-
but we need to talk about this episode. Now, I have a few slides from the episode, but I guess we don't have to go through things in order because hopefully people have heard it by now. If not, listen to it afterwards. We won't spoil anything. Like the episode does have very interesting moments, but nothing conclusory. So we can talk a lot, and we'll leave it up to Swappers how much he would like to divulge, as always.
Oh yes. I mean, whatever
But-
we talk about, I've got all the images anyway, so I can just put them on my avatar if need be, and you can just enlarge it, and it's fine.
Okay, that sounds fine, but here's some that you've provided for me already. It's this one, I believe.
Oh, good. You're showing the clean ones. That's okay. Good.
Nice.
No doubt. Well, honestly, but we have got some Ray in here at some point, so you might have
He's
missed,
not wearing a
you
maid
might have
outfit.
missed one or two. I was going to say you might have missed one or two bits of Ray's training, from what I remember. Obviously, those bits were always in the deleted
Well,
sections, are they?
This isn't the what is it? The Apprentice Diaries.
No, it isn't. No, that's a completely different story. But one well worth checking out, indeed. Yeah.
They'll be on, those scenes will be in the director's cut, will they?
Yeah, that'd be the supporting feature.
Well, that's how you could fundraise for Praxeum of the Pathfinders. Put that on OnlyFans.
Ay, ay, ay. Lawrence, you got a super chat from Kingdom 1996.
Oh, thank you very much. Kingdom 1996 was a good year. That was the year I graduated with my bachelor's in music. Mr. Brown sent me here. Yes, he did. Thank you, Mr. Brown. And thank you, Kingdom 1996.
Thanks for the super chat. Good to have you here.
Yeah, really appreciate it. I can actually, Sunday nights we do a little Babylon 5. There's a Star Fury. And then we also do some Star Wars when Swappers has a release. So there we go. We have Star Fury and kind of an R2. All right. So this episode begins with some good narration about the story, supplying details and stuff. But these are audio dramas, folks. So you do get dialogue and you get a full soundscape behind everything going on. And we begin with the return of Captain Kennedy. Now make sure that's Kennedy, not Kennedy.
Or
No
Kennedy.
relation to what is her name? Catherine Kennedy. Yeah, no relation there.
Crazy Kathy,
Hey,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask.
No, it's Kennedy with a Cannidy. Now, he's apparently in the regular stories too, right? He's not
Yeah,
one
well,
of your
he was
originals.
he was briefly in The Last Jedi at the start before his ship blew up, but the best character in the entire film. I know it's a low bar, but he was fantastic and portrayed by the incredibly astute and thespianic, if that's even a word, actor Mark Lewis Jones, a fellow Welshman. I love anything he's in. He does an amazing job. His characters are always completely compelling and believable, and I just thought, man, he was wasted. So I could not leave him out, and he's now one of the main protagonists in the entire cast, and probably one of the main bad guys all the way through the story as well. You're really going to loathe him as the story goes on.
I did not know that. So Swappers is a Welshman. That means you're closest to the original Brit. The original Brit.
I guess so, yeah. And you need about half a ton of phlegm in your throat to pronounce half of the language as well.
We want a shrubbery.
Welsh, best spoken when you've got a cold. The flu.
Well, anyway, we have here Kennedy in the foreground, and then the hologram is Peavy, right? I forget
right,
Peavy's
yeah.
rank.
It is, yeah. This render, I mean, I was under a lot of pressure to get these renders done.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pressure you.
No, I mean, I've been trying to do them all week. I thought, let's start early this week, and then I won't be cramming them all in at the last minute. But unfortunately, I had loads of computer problems, so I had to sort those things out first before I could get online and do any images. So it's not anyone's fault. So
Don't be sad. I know you sent me this, but don't be sad.
Oh, sad egg. Look at
I
that.
did supplement a little bit with
Oh,
some of mine.
I don't know who or what that is, but he's interesting.
That is Darth Cake Holio. Okay, now.
Cake hunting.
Yes.
Someone sent you a little Ko-Fi tip, Lawrence. Just an FYI.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank
I'm
you
going
for
to
the
check that out. Yeah, I didn't even pin the message up for Ko-Fi. Yeah, the Ko-Fi, the thing that's really nice about that is they don't take the 30% that YouTube does. So if you want to contribute to any channels on YouTube, the Ko-Fi route is usually the best. I know, Swappers, you have a Patreon, right?
No, I did, and then I read about it, and it wasn't ideal. So I do have a Ko-Fi set up. So if anyone
Great.
does feel
Good
obliged to
choice. Yeah.
send a donation, I'm always gratefully receiving anything.
I remember going back to even probably like 2016 and stuff. I know a lot of the folks that were using Patreon had issues with like censorship and stuff like that. Thank you,
I know a lot
Carl.
of people will.
I'm looking,
Yeah,
I'm saying thank you to Carl.
I know quite a few
Go ahead,
people
Carl, and
were,
you were going to say something?
So I know a few people were kicked, relatively high profile in some places. People were kicked off of Patreon because they had the wrong views. So
Yeah. Or, and then you're worried about, I just want to make sure the followers get their money back at least and all that. And I don't know if that ever happened or not. But I made a Patreon, but never released it, like never published it. In fact, the graphics are old on it if you go there. So please don't. Well, you couldn't anyway. It's not really published yet. So,
Carl, thank you for donating to us and to Swappers. That is so generous of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for that.
yes, I'm
Okay.
looking for a message here. You can type messages, Carl, if you want, because I'll look them up on Ko-fi, or just drop one in the chat. You don't need to pay for it.
Mike's
Thank you
got
for your
some-
contribution.
Well,
Mike,
But-
hello.
Is Mike Gorley with us?
Mike is in the
He's
chat.
in.
He's
He's also
got
in the
two
stage.
kittens, yeah.
It did not ding, so I didn't know he was here.
Wait.
Hello, Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Hello.
Hey,
What up?
Mike.
Oh, I'm jealous. You've got 2 kittens, Mike. You
It-
need to
it-
you need to get some videos and pictures uploaded.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah. Well, I haven't had much time, but yeah, I'm working on it. I sent
Great.
Lawrence and Liza some pics. Did you guys see them?
Yes. I haven't
Yeah.
responded to the email yet, but he's gorgeous, Mike. So there's.
Yeah,
I only saw the black cat.
No, the other one's in there.
Oh, I
went
have to
in
scrub
and,
through the
well-
pictures. Yeah.
Well, we went for one and ended up with 2.
Oh,
And I
Mike.
think I'm the cat whisperer because this happened the last 5 years ago. I walked in and I immediately got picked. And I started petting the gray one, and the black one was in a cage to the left, and it started meowing at me. So I had both hands busy for a while. And then my wife came around, saw him. So I walked around, came back, and she goes, I don't know which one to get. I said, well, we could get both of them. And it ended up being the best thing
Yeah.
because the old cats so far hate them.
Oh,
Well, they're
here, let
hissing.
me
The other one's
see.
hiding in the bedroom.
Oh, dear.
So hopefully they will come around, but those 2 are having a blast.
Right.
Oh,
I can't
wow.
wait to see. Can't wait to see the videos when you.
Yeah.
find
Yeah,
them.
One-
we have
One
an
is a little
arrangement.
bigger. It's about a month older.
Oh,
We have an arrangement of cats in different places here. Some
Yeah.
outside, some on the
Yeah.
porch that come in and they have shifts.
Yeah,
It's
cat
crazy
shifts.
because there's some male cats that don't get along here and
No.
it gets serious. So to prevent injuries, we have to cycle them and give them different.
some purely by coincidence.
Yeah, I know
named
someone has to keep their cat in a separate room.
Some
No,
purely by coincidence named after classic British sitcom characters.
oh yeah, Frank and Betty.
Frank and Betty. And I had no idea about that show, Colin, when I named the kitties, to be honest with you. Completely oblivious. But
No, I
now
know
we
you
got to
said-
check out the show.
There you
Yeah,
go.
is
Well-
there
well,
anything
Swappers,
like?
I did check this out. I listened to it earlier. Great as
Oh, wow.
always.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I need to rewatch the end though. I got a little distracted, so I kind of lost myself at the end. So I need
Fair
to
enough.
re-listen.
Yeah, I was listening to it when I was out shopping, and I thought, hold on a second, wait, has it skipped? Oh, right, that is where it ends. You know, it's an interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I
why I
did
listened in my car.
There
I
was a
listened to
similar
the
issue
first-
with the last chapter as well, when it just ends and everyone's like, "What? What? His ends there? What? No, you
No,
can't
the
end. You
story
can't end."
doesn't end. It's one chapter at
Cliffhanger.
a time. But I kind of like that. I like it when one chapter kind of goes into the next. Because if you think about the best books, you're kind of like finishing a chapter and it propels you into the next one. Because then you don't want to stop. Because
That's right.
normally you would say, okay, here's a good stopping point, end of a chapter. And sometimes they want a period of rest in the story. But in a lot of cases, it's like just goes. And in here, towards the end of the chapter, you introduce something that propels you into the next one, which is still in production or going to be
It is.
in production.
It is, yes, indeed.
All right, so I guess now the gang's all here. We get to talk about Kennedy, and I forget the rank of Peavy. Is he an admiral
They're both
or?
captains. They're both the same rank.
Yeah, they're
but
both. Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, Peavy can't just be a captain. No, he is. But yeah, Kennedy was injured in the beginning of this story, and now he's back, and Peavy's checking with him, and it seems like Kennedy is ruthless as ever. So I guess Snoke will be happy with that.
Oh yes, indeed. He's been selected for a very important reason. Not everyone in the ranks of the First Order are as zealous and motivated, shall we say, as Kennedy. So yeah, Snoke has a very keen eye on his progress, shall we say.
So I guess we got to wait until more comes out to find out, because that's probably too much of a spoiler.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. So you get kind of updates on that throughout the story as it goes along. There's a reason to why Kennedy is in the position he's in, and with developments with his career and stuff that happens further down the line. But yeah, so in the original, he was just created as cannon fodder, basically, in the Disney stuff. In this, he's a very important and prominent individual, right up to the very end in episode 9. So yeah, he's in for the long haul.
Well, we do have a very important individual in the chat, a golden brown Yorkshireman.
It's more.
It takes just 15 minutes for our Yorkshire puds to puff themselves up and turn a delicious golden brown.
It's Mog and Mr. Brown as well.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Brown.
2 puds on the same tray. So, yeah, this week, Liza made, what are you going to call it? Like last night, was it last night or the night before? You made Yorkshire pancakes.
Yes.
And the night before, kind of like Yorkshire burritos.
So I
The
tried.
Yorkshire kick.
The thing, I really wanted to get the Yorkshire puddings right, and failed. And so, but at the end of the failure, I still had a ton of batter left, and I thought, well, they tasted good, so I fried up some pancakes, topped them with some cinnamon and with some raw honey, and we were good. They were delicious, but it was not a Yorkshire pudding.
It sounds great. You should come to the UK and
I
set up
suppose
a
back in the
Yorkshire
devil, you know.
food restaurant and feed Yorkshire recipes to the Yorkshire people.
There you go.
Yorkshire food they've never tasted.
Oh, really?
Maybe you'll get a Yorkshire grant, and
Yeah.
Well,
Mog
we'd
says
be
that's a
immigrants.
crepe. Okay,
We'd be
cool.
immigrants, so they'd probably look upon us favorably.
Oh, probably.
Although we're not
Yeah.
quite as swarthy as some.
You're bringing value to the country, though. You're bringing recipes with you, so
that's
fine.
right.
Go
Yeah,
to
food.
France. Go to France first and come in that way, and you'll be all set.
They're culturally appropriating our food.
Are you suggesting I need to learn how to make a crepe? Call it
Great.
Yorkshire crepe.
a Yorkshire crepe. Yeah.
Yorkshire
I guess
crepe.
that's what I made. I guess that's what it was.
What a load of crepe.
I think that's what Flav calls Mr. Brown, a Yorkshire
Ay,
crepe.
ay.
Oh boy. So anyway,
So
Now-
anyway,
Kennedy's back in action and Peavy's checking him out. I think that's kind of like what's going on here. He's just making sure this guy is, and he turns out to be better than before, I guess, as far as the First Order's interests. Ruthless and basically ruthless efficiency. And
He's very
now
single-minded,
there's a new
yeah.
ship here, at least one new ship. Is that one of the slides you have for us that you're able to share on your avatar?
That will be coming up in a moment. Yes, indeed. My avatar at the moment is just an alternate angle on the scene. So if you want to enlarge that, you can see that.
Okay, I'll do that.
By the
If I
way,
don't,
Lawrence,
Just remind me. Yeah, I saw that, Lice. I'll be on that next as soon as I pump up Swappers here.
Well, while you're pumping up Swappers, Kingdom 1996 says he needs a little context to what he's looking at. So we should let
Okay.
him know about Swappers series.
Well, here we are showing AI slides here because obviously what from Star Wars is from, Star Wars
Swappers
is
Rights
owned
got
by Disney, and you can't just willy-nilly show things necessarily. We kind of need to use AI, and plus this is a different story. This story begins after The Force Awakens and basically picks up, replaces The Last Jedi, and goes from there. It's a book, but it's in audio drama form on Swapper's channel at Star Wars Retold. Link in the description. And like I said before, you could search for it easily at Star Wars Retold and you'll find it. Is there any more context you want to give about that, Swappers? Like,
Well, on this,
you're pretty good with this AI, and, you do utilize AI to help manipulate your voice to do all the character parts, too.
yeah, that's right. I mean, in case anyone hasn't heard any of it yet, if there is anyone in the chat that's wondering what the hell we're talking about, thank you for so eloquently explaining the whole project that I'm doing, Lawrence. And the channel is Star Wars Retold, all one word. You can go over to YouTube or stay on YouTube and do a search for that one after the stream, naturally. 13 chapters up there now, and there's a playlist where you can just start playing and it will just go through one after the other, and you can get up to speed on everything that's happened. Quite a few hours worth of listening in there so far, but hopefully it's all enjoyable. Everyone on here seems to have enjoyed it so far anyway, so if you're thinking of jumping in, then please go for it, because you'll probably be finished, and when you are finished, I'll have the next chapter out. It's going to take that long. So this particular scene right here is between two ranking First Order starship captains, and they are prominent, I would have thought. I'd say prominent in Snoke's grand scheme of things, and he's seen certain attributes in these guys that most people don't have, and especially Kennedy, this guy right here, who's very, very single-minded and driven and vengeful about what happened to him at the start of the story. And he got incredibly badly wounded, but he's been successfully healed and put back on duty again in a very short space of time, with the help of some cybernetic implants and things like that. But at the same time, he may have recovered, but he's also lost a beloved family member in the incident where he was not mortally wounded, but very, very nearly. At the start of the story, his own daughter, who was serving on his own ship, was killed in the explosion. So he's suffering from that and putting all of his anger and hate and sorrow and everything into his job, which is why he's so single-minded and so keen on carrying out Snoke's instructions. So we're seeing that look on his face right here. It just says everything, I think, about the character, and I love this. So it's just this brief conversation between him and Peavy. And Peavy's kind of like not his handler, but the guy that's kind of reintroducing him back into work, into his position again, because he's had such a rapid recovery process. And Snoke has ordered Peavy to kind of keep an eye on him to make sure he's integrating suitably back into his position as a starship captain.
I didn't mean that. I just wanted to get people at the side, but then it puts me here. Let me see if I could drag and drop. StreamYard, could you be useful? There we go.
That's it.
Yeah, and the conversation here, I really felt like in any of the First Order or evil stuff, you're going to have competition. And Peavy's like, acting like he's glad to have him back after the beginning of the book, where if you go back to chapter 1, you'll see what happens to him. And he's been kind of like medically resuscitated this whole time. But he seems like he's just testing him, is what I got from it. And of course, you introduce this whole scene with the introduction of a new ship. I tried making one, but I'm sure you made a much better one of the, is it called the Finalizer? At one point it says Finalizer, and then there's another name afterwards.
Yeah, it's the one. There is one ship called the Finalizer, and that ship was in the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi.
Okay.
But this is a new, well, I say a new ship. It's actually a ship that was featured prominently in the expanded universe long before Disney. And it's a very specific type of class of ship, a very, very special ship. So you know the Super Star Destroyer from Empire Strikes Back, which was Vader's personal ship called the Executor or Executor,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your viewpoint. Um, and this thing is way bigger than that. It
Wow.
dwarfs every single other ship that's ever been made by the Empire or the First Order or anywhere. The power of this thing is absolutely extraordinary. It's kind of like its own space station. It's so big, but not as big as that ludicrous monstrosity that was in The Last Jedi. That was just ridiculous. This is a proper functioning military ship that's been designed with functionality in mind, not just to be, just to show off like, oh, but this ship's bigger, like the Star Wars people do in Disney. This is a proper Star Destroyer with all the functionality and required practicality of an actual Star Destroyer, and it's not built with extravagance in mind. It's huge, but the reason why it's so big is because it doesn't need to dock anywhere. It doesn't need a home base because it can do everything on the fly inside itself. It's got like its own manufacturing facilities. It's got its own weapons production. It's got its own fuel recycling, everything basically an entire army would need to survive out in the galaxy without needing to go back to home base. So yeah, absolutely vast ship. And the Finalizer is a lot smaller. It's like Finalizer is just marginally bigger than a regular Star Destroyer that we saw in the original movies, which was Resurgent class Star Destroyer. This one is called the Eclipse class. So the clue's in the name there of how big this thing is.
Oh yeah.
And it also carries a coaxial super laser in its bow as well, which is the similar kind of weapon to the Death Star. So
Okay.
you can imagine the threat this thing poses to everybody in the galaxy.
So is that kyber crystal based?
It is, yes, indeed.
All right.
And here it's coming right now. It's just about to pop up. There you go.
Oh wow. Definitely better than what I made.
So there's the
Okay.
Finalizer's the smaller ship in the background there, and this is like about a third bigger than the big star ship we saw in Empire Strikes Back. So yeah, it's damn huge. And at the front there, we've got this kind of bowsprit or like this fin that's hanging beneath the
Yeah,
tip of
a
the nose of
vertical
the ship.
wedge shape, as you said in the book.
Yeah, that's right. And that's used for a lot of different things, but one of the most prominent thing is regulating the power output of the super laser. So that
Okay.
the end of the ship opens up basically, and a huge green laser comes out and can destroy swathes of ships or things on planets or things like that. It's not as powerful as a Star Destroyer, so it can't obliterate an entire planet, but it's still pretty powerful. Probably the most powerful ship out in the galaxy.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Star Wars is it had great ship designs. You know, the original Star Wars and original trilogy Star Wars. And yeah, this basically picks up where that left off because there's a function for this wedge shape at the front. I mean, of course, aesthetically, it's great because it looks nautical, but a little bit off kilter because you don't expect it to be at the front and facing the way it does. But then the practicality comes in because it's there providing support for this, this type of weapon that's reminiscent of a Death Star, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's right. Something like the Death Star takes a huge amount of resources to construct and regulate. And the First Order don't have those resources after the destruction of the Starkiller, so they've kind of got the next best thing in this at the moment. And the ship is actually on the movie poster that I designed as well. It's you might not see it immediately, but the more you look at the poster, you see things that you didn't necessarily pick up on immediately because it's made out of black metal, so it kind of blends into space very well. So it's on the movie poster. If you have a look at the poster, you can see it there prominently.
Cool.
at an angle. I thought I can't do the poster without having that ship on it. So there's so much other stuff I wanted to put on there as well. There's just not room. You know, I could put a million things on the poster and it'd just be a mess of stuff. You have to be selective with what you add. To
Yeah,
complete
you
something like
do.
that. So, yeah.
You do.
Hard to choose sometimes, ain't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so this is the finalizer. Now, what was, I'm sorry, the Eclipse class you said. So that's a different ship.
Yeah, the finalizer's Resurgent class, which is smaller, and that's in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got which is the Eclipse class, and this is the Impervious.
Impervious. I knew it was an I word. I was just like, man, I forgot it, but I don't want to look silly and just.
I know
What's
what you mean.
that
Yeah.
I word?
And the planet in the background, well, it's actually a moon. That is Valis 5, which is
Mhm.
the home world, I guess you could say, or throne world of the First Order.
Yes.
Which is out in a very tumultuous part of space where no one really dares go, and it's heavily guarded by a lot of ships. And if anyone goes anywhere several light years within it, you'll just get obliterated. So they're defending their home base very well.
Okay.
The very fact that you can have an entire class called Eclipse suggests they've got a great deal of resources.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Just
Right,
not enough
for the
for a
worry.
Starkiller base. But then that Starkiller base was huge. Wasn't that bigger than the original Death Star? And
It was. It's built into a planet. So Death Stars
Yeah.
are just like the size of a moon. So
Yeah.
yeah.
so, do you have the Impervious or?
This is the Impervious is the Eclipse class, which is this ship right here in the center of the.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought this was the finalizer. Sorry.
And then the finalizer is in the image, just at the back.
Okay. Oh, there we go. I should pay attention better. But I'm so busy here, trying to make sure everything's going right. Except for my brain. So,
He's lost in space.
But it's also a little further away, so it's not like it's a direct comparison. But yeah, I mean, even further away, you could see that it's smaller.
Yeah, I mean it's quite close to the Impervious. It's just sort of because they're going off on different vectors, so that's the reason why it's pointing in almost a different direction. But they're quite near each other. It's just the finalizer slightly a little bit further away. But the finalizer is a very big ship for the First Order's standard Star Destroyers, but it's obviously dwarfed by this thing.
All right. So what would you like to show next? I mean, basically, we want people to hear the book. Although, you know what? I probably should do that because I do have a clip from this beginning section, just so folks that have not listened to the series yet, you get an idea of what you're going to hear. So let me play that first, and then Swappers.
Please do. Play as much as you like, Lawrence. Play as much as you like.
Well, you
I want
can
people to
pray.
hear it.
Okay.
Captain Edrison Peavy.
I trust your orientation is complete, Kennedy.
It is. The crew may be new to this command, but they understand what is expected of them.
Good. Just like you, the shipyard did not waste time making the Impervious ready for duty.
No, they did not. We misjudged the enemy last time. Now it's time to restore our reputation.
Well, now the command structure has been streamlined, I dare say we may finally see some results.
Hesitation has already cost us, and it will not be paid twice.
That's the kind of zeal this fleet needs, Kennedy. I'm told the Impervious responds well to decisive command, though a new platform will still have its initial service irregularities.
Then it will behave, or it will be corrected.
That's the captain I remember. I just wanted to make sure you were steady before your first jump.
More than ever.
Good. Don't let the scale of that ship convince you it's all about power.
A display of power is the only thing that can keep the galaxy in line.
What else would it be about, Peavy?
Control. And what you do with it. A decision the late General never seemed to grasp.
All right. So, PV's on the finalizer and Kennedy's on the Impervious, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
I do like the way there's Swappers. I do like the way he talks about the ship and presumably from my reading, he's talking about the crew as well as one entity, because you sometimes see that if you ever see documentaries about the Navy, where the captain at times refers to the entire thing, the entire entity, by the entire ship and its crew as one entity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sort of the the Ark Royal will. I intend to fight the ship, the Ark Royal. You know, so I thought that was really good. That you have to think at first. Wait a minute, the ship's an inanimate object. Then you think, oh no, right, he's talking about the whole thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The office, not Imperial officers, First Order officers. They use their own kind of language, terminology, and references that regular landlubbers, I guess you could call them, wouldn't necessarily. It wouldn't occur to them to use that that kind of dialogue. But it's just a matter of getting inside, or trying to get inside the characters' heads, and because you need to work out their motivations. If you're going to write the characters, you've got to figure out why they're doing what they're doing. So but well spotted, Colin, for that one.
Oh, Kingdom 1996. You're on fire today. You got another super chat, Lawrence.
Oh, thank you very much. And this says, illustrating by intention or not evolution in tech. Did I read that properly?
You did.
Okay, so it's like not an evolution in tech, but more like illustrating by intention. I think that means that your AI art is good. Because you're designing these things and you spend hours at it trying to get things right. And so
I may not get them exactly right, but I have to call it quits at some point and say that'll do for now. Otherwise, I'll just be doing it forever. Ardent Party. Sorry. Thank you very much, my friend. That's very kind of you to say. This is directly taken from Dark Empire. The ship, one of my favorite things from Dark Empire, and it's just criminal that it wasn't used in any of the sequel movies. So I thought, well, let's do the ship some justice and let's get her up to date and put her in the story and use her properly.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I have not read any of the expanded universe. I don't want to get Colin all upset here by using those two letters in succession.
Yeah.
All right. So swappers, what do you have next here?
Let me see.
At any point you want to show some figures, I do have your.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that for a moment. Yeah, let's do that because we've got a figure of Kennedy. If you've got Kennedy's action figure picture there, we might as well put him on the screen.
Well, they're not in an order that'll be convenient for us, but let's see here. Oh, that's that. Let me see. I'm trying to put up figures. There we go. So these are just going to be in your post order on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Some of them may be jokes, but I believe this is one of the droids in this series, right?
Man, this look is legit.
This one pops up later in this chapter. Yeah, just only in this chapter though. We don't get to see him in any other part in the story, I don't think, unless I end up including it later on in a slight rewrite. But I actually designed, as I was writing this chapter, I thought there should be a medical droid in this chapter, really, in the certain scene that happens later on. Just makes sense that they would have medical droids on response. So I thought, wow, let's make one. And I just knocked this one out quickly with a brief sketch and then got AI to flesh it out for me. And then I went backwards and forwards between AI and Photoshop and refined the image and then designed the card back and the image from the scene in the episode. So this is a good opportunity bringing the action figures up, because not only do we get to see the character themselves fully from head to toe, so you get a good idea of the production design, how they look and how they fit into the general story. There's a lot of clues in how a character looks, right down to their shoes. And a lot of people can enthuse endlessly about those details. So it's a good idea to put them on screen, but also the fact that I've used what would be screenshots from the movie as the card back image, which is how they did the original Star Wars figures from the 80s and 70s.
Yeah, that's true.
every one of the images on the card backs here with the characters are images taken from the story that wouldn't necessarily pop up on a stream like this as we go through it, and you definitely won't see them when you're listening to the episode. So putting them on here, it's a great opportunity for people to say, oh, I kind of understand that scene a bit more now, and you can see the robot doing this, and I can see the background, and etc., and the atmosphere is kind of fleshed out more.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It looks real. And just so you know, folks, these are not available in physical form yet. But on Star Wars Retold, you can listen to the dramas, go over to the posts page, and that's where you'll find these characters.
Fun.
unless, of course, anybody knows how to do 3D printing STCs.
Yeah.
That would be very useful.
Yep.
Yeah, I think,
Sorry, they're not called STCs either. That's 40K. It's STL files there or something.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I can't remember the exact extension, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
STC's is Warhammer 40K thing.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't have any STDs.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes, we definitely don't want any of those. Kurtzman had enough of those. Thank you for all of us.
And here is Captain Kennedy, who we just spoke about.
Yeah, and you can see his augmentations and all their glory there on the side of his face, where he's hideously burnt, but thankfully, after lots of back to treatment, his skin's returned back to normal again, more or less, but there's just a part of the side of his head that was completely blown off in the explosion. And he's had to have a metallic implant in there to kind of pad out the side of his head.
I am Canadas of Borg.
He does a little bit. Yeah, there is that aesthetic. But I thought he needed to look a bit like, Sorry, Colin, go on.
No, I was going to the really weird thing is, until about half an hour before we started, I was actually playing Star Wars Age of Empire role-playing game. Only our setting is the default setting of sort of just after episode 1, but
that's cool.
I thought the augmentation on the side of his face just makes him look like a bit more of a scary baddie, as we would think of him as if we saw him in the movie as a little kid, or on the character on the peg of a toy shop. We just look at him and go, oh, I don't know, look at this guy. He looks like a really nasty piece of work. So that's how I want the character to come across.
Yeah. No, good job. Now, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, his... I'm sorry, on his... Yeah, he's got basically the same... I'm not sure what you would call those, emblems, or something on his, his breast things, chest.
Yeah, code cylinders. They're code cylinders. Yeah, that's right. They had them in the Empire as well. They're basically used for certain ranking officers carry them for access to certain computers or places.
Well, he's got a lot of access, and he could go into 4 different lavatories.
Yeah. Or canteens, even. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's got.
No, I was looking at that, and then I was okay. So yeah, that's also because this is the First Order. They kind of evolved out of the remnants of the Empire, but they have their own thing.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It's very much the basis of the First Order is Imperial in origin. The foundation of it's all Imperial, but they've evolved a fair bit as well. So there's a lot of stuff that the Empire never did that's going on with the First Order.
Okay. Cool stuff. And who do we have here?
This is another character from quite a few chapters now, but he's in this chapter a fair amount too. He's this little chap. He's only about 5 foot tall, but I love this guy so much. He's I can't remember the name of his species now. I made it up, but I can't remember what it. Oh, I need to look at the picture. But he's a Xanthi. That's it. I just remembered it. It just came to me. Xanthi, beginning with X. Xanthi, and they are a bird species, or they're evolved from avians. Um, and they are renowned for being incredibly vicious characters. But he's a very, very well spoken and very well elocuted individual because he's second in command of the pirate ship, Sovereign of Free Reign. So you don't reach a position like that without being very astute and mentally capable and very well educated. So just like Severum. But
Severum, who is the captain of the Sovereign of Free Reign.
That's it, yeah. But cross the guy, and he'll cut your throat and gut you.
But she makes sure that, she's the boss compared to him. I can see that dynamic. It's just, I guess with him, it's just like he takes it out on everyone below him.
Sure. His kind of the handed down anger, if you know what I mean, or handed down what's it called? Discipline comes out with, he kind of passes that on to the crew. But, he's a tiny little guy, does have a little bit of small man syndrome, but he handles it well, I think. And we've got here, this is one of Severum's trusted guards. This is called Tuzud. Very tall guy, and this distinctive outfit here. Faces in shadow, very private and concealed individual, but lethal when required. So that's why Severum's got him in her inner circle. So you can see there's a shared design here in a lot of the characters. They've got a shoulder pauldron, which is this metallic kind of shoulder pad, which indicates the rank of the character. So if you have one of these, then you're high ranking on board the ship, or you have captain privilege, or privilege from the captain to operate within the certain level of the ship.
He's obviously the chief cook because he's got a wok on his head.
Yeah, I was going to say, reminiscent of Dark Side of the Walk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So,
well, you do have a fan homage coming up soon, and we'll point that out when it comes. But I like how the pirates, aboard the Sovereign of Free Reign, that they, you give them unique qualities for each one. They're not just Severum, the captain, and just an array of nondescript guys going "arr."
That's what we got in Mandalorian, I think it was season 3. It was terrible.
Season 3,
terrible. Yeah, just They took the term pirate far too literally, and just made them into kind of.
Oh no, it's terrible, and especially since they could draw upon things that they had. What's his name? The pirate from Clone Wars of Rebels.
Hondo Onaka.
Hondo Onassis or something like that.
Onaka, yeah.
Onaka.
Yeah. I liked Hondo. I don't know
why
they
like
didn't
him
bring him
too.
in, involve him.
That's probably good that they didn't bring him back because they might have ruined him.
True. They might still do that, yeah.
Oh, no.
But in any case, who do we have here? The images are kind of small for me to read the text, so.
Yeah, this is an exo trooper. These are specialist operatives in the First Order who can operate in zero gravity. So they're used a lot in space for boarding ships and jumping from ship to ship, or from doing space station operations, or anything that's in the vacuum or in zero G. Then they're
Star Marine.
experts in all that. Yeah.
All right.
I love this design. That was my favorite. One of my favorite designs.
Okay, we'll go back to it then.
I now have a combination of a Sarah Brightman song and Robert Heinen's most famous book running through my head. I mean, that was the image that could be the cover of an issue of Starship Troopers.
Ah, yeah.
As I said.
And then here's the aforementioned Emerus Severum, captain of the Sovereign of Free Reign. Now, I think their planet that they originally came from was called Arcassus, right? Or
isn't it Dathomir?
Well, her species is from a planet Dathomir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Her race is a Zabrak, and they're from Dathomir. But the pirate nation, I guess you could call it, is a a flotilla of structures built around a
Okay.
planet called Arcassus.
Arcassus, yeah. Their name is long. What is the official name for that?
I know you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm sorry you wrote it. I'm just trying to remember
Yeah, I know.
because
It's tough to remember your own stuff sometimes. It's
well, I know, but it's also it had an official name that's longer.
It does.
I mean, folks, I mean, it's not like I mean, it's kind of like Tolkien where there's some deeper names here, but the thing is, it's not overwhelming like the Silmarillion, but part of it is just my brain. It just doesn't work anymore.
it just came to me. It just came to me. It's the territorial nation of Arcassus.
Territorial nation. There we go. Well, they don't mind saying that they're territorial.
They don't. Not at all. There's. I might re-render this figure actually because she doesn't have a weapon. Not that she really needs one, but I think every good action figure needs a weapon, don't they? Or some kind of accessory.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I need to do that. So, but I've just really, I mean, when I was first creating this story, she was kind of I didn't even know what she looked like. I just knew that I wanted her to be a certain way, a certain age, and a certain kind of disposition. And then I designed her race and the way she looked and her clothing, etc., etc. As it went, it kind of just happened organically. And I absolutely love her now. I really love this character now, and I didn't really feel that much for her at all when I was writing the book. But as I've been doing the audio, the characters develop much more of a personality when you listen back to them, and I really do have a massive affection for this character.
No, it's a great character. She's interesting. Yeah, definitely a stern leader, but always, just focused on what their principles are, which is pretty much leave us alone. We're free, and we'll just salvage things, take things. We're not with the First Order, but we're not with the Republic either. They're both trouble.
Yeah, that's what I like about her. I like that a lot about her.
What I really enjoy as well, and I'm glad I asked it the last time we did a stream. We covered the last chapter. I asked you all what you thought of the character because I just don't get any feedback from anyone about what they think about, other than the overall chapter. I don't get to hear the individual elements of it and what people's opinions are. So that's why I asked about what your thoughts about this character was. And the fact that you all said you hated her, I pumped my fist in the air because I kind of like mission.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, she's a great character, but she's one that you do want to hate in many ways because of.
That was the goal.
But you can respect her ideals, and not to give away spoilers, but we get to know her better in chapter 13, and you get to feel for her as well.
But she's not above torturing droids.
Yeah, but she's not a two-dimensional bad guy either.
Yeah, right.
And but I do like her freedom, and the Republic. You really haven't done anything for us guys, and you can't really. You're trying to control the galaxy, and you're just making things worse. And these guys here, the First Order, you guys are just evil, and so we're gonna do our own thing, stay out of our way, or else. I like that. So
yeah, they're very untrusting of establishment. Put it that way.
Yes.
It's kind of the little guy, the little guy stuck in the middle of the big powers.
Yeah, I was going to go back to that little guy right here. So this guy is kind of like reminiscent of. Maybe. You can call him Gisborne. All right, now we move on. We go. Now, is this you? Did you write yourself into the story?
Oh, I thought it was me.
There's no guitar in there, Mike. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You're in it. You're in it, Mike. You're gonna be in it. Don't worry. Just not yet.
That's the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of you guys are in it, so I managed to put you all in it. But it's nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. This is a female character for a start. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it just looked like Kippers or Kipling.
Now I understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
Ruined
this is quite
Kipling.
different. This is quite different. She does have a certain aesthetic that would suggest maybe she could be something to do with the Emperor, but not necessarily. I can't say anything else because I'll ruin it.
Yeah. No, that's great. Save that. But yeah. So we have something to look forward to there. Well, we have plenty of things to look forward to. But yeah, and now here, have we had the? I'm sorry, the name's too small to see, but this is one of the resistance leaders.
This is General Madine. Yeah, he was in.
Yeah,
Return of the Jedi.
Madine. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Prominent general in Return of the Jedi. I thought, well, why don't we bring him back? Why didn't we see him before in any of the Disney movies? You know, he's still old enough to serve, even though he's probably beyond retiring age. He's come out of retirement because the Resistance need him, the galaxy needs him. So he's now sort of sharing top tier command with Admiral Akbar, and to command the Resistance, or what's left of it. And he's a very capable guy, a very capable leader, and one of the most senior members of the.
He was there at the original Death Star mission, right?
He was, yeah. And what most people don't know about him as well, he's an ex-Imperial officer.
Oh.
But he defected just before Return of the Jedi, so he became.
Well, that wasn't in the film, huh?
It wasn't at all. No, it's in the backstory. When you look up what's been written about him, it's all in there in the backstory. But so it's in his long past. But he realized the error of his ways. The Empire was no good, and he got out while he could.
Return of the Jedi. I'm sorry, I said the original Death Star mission. That's right, that happened twice.
Oh yeah.
No, the original Death Star mission, that was Mon Mothma there, and there was some guy there, but I don't know if they gave him a name.
I think Madine was there. Yeah, General Madine. I think that was him.
That was him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he was an ex-Imperial, but going back that far.
Yep.
Was he in Rogue One?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so I'm lost here.
This is General Admiral Lelehan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just can't see the title.
Sorry, Grand Admiral Relihan, not General Admiral. What am I talking about? Yes, Grand Admiral Relihan, hence the white tunic. There's not very many of them in the First Order. There's only a handful.
Yeah.
He's one of them. He's currently the chief commander of everything in the First Order because General Hux obviously is, not to spoil anything, currently incapable of doing that. And he's been appointed by Snoke to fulfill that role. And we only see him briefly in one of the chapters, but he comes into it a lot more later on. But same rank as Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Expanded Universe. Not necessarily as much of a tactician and strategist as Thrawn, but still very high-ranking and not someone to be trifled with. And his likeness on the card back there is someone that you guys might even know. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that.
Yeah, I popped him in the chat here because I remember hearing that, like the classic Brown lineup, which was yourself, Not Brian, Z3PO, Platoon, and you guys. I remember this name came up a lot when you were doing Mandalorian.
I thought for a moment it was Charlton Heston in the picture.
No, it's named for Nikki Relihan, who was a fine contributor to the Brown Alliance.
The name is taken from that, yes, but the face of the character is heavily based on Istophobos.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Really?
It is.
Well, there you go.
So he looks a lot like that, if anyone's wondering.
Okay, I think we've just had a great reveal here. We'll call it the Istophobos reveal.
Istophobos. Pobrecito, sorry, Istophobos.
I think I'll make a short. It'll be called.
Go out and buy that outfit now.
I'm going to make a short and blow it up on YouTube. It'll be called The Great Istophobos Reveal.
Oh gosh, like the
great outing, the Istophobos
the
outing. Yeah,
He would.
Yeah, that's 111.16. I'll look for that.
It doesn't look exactly like him, because I didn't want to completely dox the guy. But so you won't be able to
the
tell.
Istaphobe.
If you saw him on the street, you wouldn't know it was him. But it's heavily based on. It's very, very much like him.
Cool beans.
Oh yes, I remember the way we used to introduce him. Oh man, and I can't find it right now. I have too many video clips.
It's
Well,
with the
it's not
rabbit.
this one.
At least ours was committed. It wasn't just a string of pussy jokes.
It wasn't that. No,
It is the rabbit.
it is the rabbit.
It is the rabbit.
You silly sod! You got us all worked up.
Well, that's no ordinary rabbit. That's the most foul, cruel, bad-tempered robot you ever set eyes on.
You tit! I saw in my armor. I was so scared.
What the hell? Hold on.
Look, that's no rabbit.
I love that clip. That was a brilliant show.
Yes, it was. So we move on. Oh yeah, the Onyx Guard.
Onyx Sentinel. That's right. Yeah, we have encountered them so far. We've seen a few of them at one point.
Yeah, at that meeting they had where the First Order was basically trying to regroup after the after Chapter 1.
Indeed, that's right. Yes. So these are very mysterious beings. Can't really say much about them, really, without ruining them. But yeah, even the weapons part of their mystique. But the design is based on, if you have a look at the Emperor's Royal Guard from Return of the Jedi, the red crimson kind of outfits they wore. It's based. The helmet is based on that, except the sides of the helmet have been taken away from the actual helmet itself and placed on the shoulders, and then the headpiece rotates in between that. So it's kind of like a shield on either side of the head, and then the helmet's between that.
Oh, wow.
And the visor is very similar to the Emperor's Royal Guard, but there is no actual visor in there. It's just empty blackness.
Oh. Like a Nazgul.
Indeed. They do look very kind of Lord of the Ringsy, don't they?
Oh man, cool stuff. Cool stuff. And then
Yeah, this is Republic Fleet Trooper. There's loads of these around, all operating on all of the Resistance ships. An updated design from the original trilogy, or from A New Hope. Just like a bit more of a modern take on the outfit there, with a peak on the helmet. Not much to say about them really, but they do show up a lot in the story because they fill out the Resistance a lot. So it's a prominent character really that should be in the figures range.
well, they got their genitalia protected, it looks like.
Yeah, the guy's about to get shot in the... No, that's actually like flying past him. So it's just a perspective issue right there.
No, I meant on the figure.
Oh,
That looks like a codpiece armor or something.
that's just the way the plastic figures are made, Lawrence.
Okay. And now this is this Severum's droid?
Yeah, this is a personal bodyguard droid. Yeah,
Yeah.
RDO-41. That's right. Quite a personality for being a monotonous droid. It doesn't really get that many lines or anything like that, but I really like this character a lot. And it's based a lot on HK-47 from Knights of the Old Republic. And he is a HK droid from that era, so he's an ancient droid. But he's had lots of upgrades and updates and things like that. So he's much more of a modern droid. But he does have a way of dealing with prisoners by calling them flesh sacks.
Well, he's also got a weapon. Protocol droids don't always have weapons, so he should consider himself lucky.
Yeah, well, he's essentially an assassin droid. So the weapon he's using is from a repurposed Clone Wars clone trooper blaster.
The droid, I don't know, whenever I think of Star Wars, I tend to think of them as just having 4 characters in their name, not 5. Or is that just so RD42 or something rather than.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, well, Severan's kind of bucking a trend because he's more. He's got a. He's upgraded, so he kind of deserves an extra digit in his title.
Oh, okay, I just wasn't sure was that, or it's just that's the only one I can remember hearing of.
Yeah. But there was a question. I think was it Arden? I think he said, "What AI are you using?" I'm just using. I'm using a variety actually. I'm using ChatGPT and I'm using Higgsfield. And Higgsfield's kind of good for certain things like the actual character itself, but for the whole image here, I'm using ChatGPT because it's a very good way of assembling all of the individual pieces together. So you've got the card back, the logo, the character image, the plastic character itself, and it can render that inside a plastic bubble. And the actual sort of screenshot from the movie image on the side there, I've created that in between those two AI programs and Photoshop. So there's a lot of backwards and forwards going between me and the internet and AI with these to create the overall result at the end. There's a lot of work that goes into each one of these figures. They take a long time. So these aren't 5-minute generations because I'm a perfectionist. I want to get them looking right. So it takes me a long time.
Yeah, they're very professional.
They're very good looking. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say this had to be done it has to be like assembled.
Yeah,
because I don't
and
think
you even got the warning on there. That makes it even more official.
Sure.
So, let's see. Is Lawrence old enough there? Just barely.
Yeah, that droid was taken from an initial sketch that I made. I might have to bring it up on the screen actually. I just one day just randomly sketching and came up with that design. And I thought, man, what can I use this for? It'd be a shame not to actually incorporate it into the story. So let's just get that up on the screen.
Now people who tune in later and start jumping through here are going to think, oh, wow, wait, oh. They're going to be like looking on Amazon for these.
Now, was this one a bit of...
I was going to say, how many people have actually won Ken and tried to place orders with Ken for these?
Oh my good lord, yeah. Well, they do look kind of official. That's right. So yeah, maybe confusing a lot of people.
So when they come back, say we saw them on your channel, say, well, look, okay, Kenna, here they are. Please print them for me.
It would be nice. It would be nice. I'd love to have a set of all of these figures. To be honest with you, I'm gonna have to.
That would be cool.
Sorry about that. Just grabbing something now. This is the doctor that was taking care of Finn, or still is probably.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so she's like middle-aged, very experienced, and has been serving with the Resistance for a while. And she's ex-Republic, and she actually served in the Rebellion at one point too.
Mm-hmm.
So she's now kind of at that senior rank where she's presiding over most medical operations in the Resistance fleet.
Have you based her on anyone?
Yes.
I was thinking Space 1999.
Yeah,
oh, well done. Got it in one.
I'm thinking I call her Dr. Helena Russell from the face.
You got it in one.
Nice job, Lawrence.
Yeah, the hair's different. But
I was thinking, I was thinking that face is Barbara Bain, but that's why I said, I didn't want to make assumptions.
Yeah, well observed.
Definitely.
Well, look at the posture. Look at the posture and not the figure, but the picture.
Well, not only that, but look at the sleeve and the rest of it. There's the whole parts of that is reminiscent of Moonbase Alpha. Not all.
Yeah,
of
that's
it,
right.
But there's
her name is based on Russell as well. So and I've used Barbara Bain's voice print in the AI.
Right.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's why she sounded familiar.
Behind-the-scenes info.
That's
you
why
only
she sounded
get it here,
familiar,
folks. Although I can't wait till you start seeing your own live
Lawrence
streams.
flash on the screen a second ago.
You saw me flash on the screen. What?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I guess we'll see when you.
Yeah, he has one up here. Let's drop this in. Does it let me? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get.
Wait for it.
There we go. Double click it. And what happens? Nothing. Where did it put swappers?
Oh, no. Up to the
take
top.
him off screen?
No, he's at the
Look,
top.
it's up top.
Yeah, I'm clicking that, trying to. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I just don't understand StreamYard. All these months that I've had it. Here we go. Let's just. Yeah, do it.
Now you got rid of him. Now you did it.
Brown had to leave. Oh my goodness! What happens is I double click. Remind me not to double click. All right, where is he now? There it is. Okay, make it large.
Yay!
There we go.
Wow, that's very good. Goodness.
Yeah, fantastic.
Very good.
Yeah.
So that was the initial sketch I did for RDO 41. I got so far with the rendering and thought I really should be doing some more audio recording, and I thought, I can't. I'll leave it up to AI to finish off the image, because I could be just doing something else productive while AI just finishes it off for me. So that's what I did, and then turned it into the figure, and I was very, very pleased with the result.
Is it just my warped brain, or does that kind of look like Fu Manchu the cat? There's something about that face that is slightly feline and slightly Fu Manchu-ish.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Fu Man feline.
Oh, well, that's the thing. Artists deserve to get some appreciation.
Yeah,
so
really,
Absolutely.
I wish I had a slightest bit of drawing talent, but
yeah. So that's why the AI stuff looks good, folks. He does know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So let me see if I can get our other one back here and finish the action figures, and then we'll move on to What You Wish.
There's Lawrence.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this was definitely inspired.
Yeah, the picture on the right. Yeah, it's the one on the right. You just need the ears, man.
I think it's Zeb inspired.
I'm afraid I'm old enough to be thinking for some odd reason something else. Something related to a certain Mr. Travolta and a certain author who created who created a religion of his own. And
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, I've actually read the goddamn book. I've actually read
L. Ron.
I've actually read Battlefield Earth.
Oh yeah, Battlefield Earth. We saw the film that was made from that.
Yeah, I've seen that and I read the book.
I haven't read the book, but the film was could have been better.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I never watched it, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is a character that doesn't pop up until a lot later. Well, not next chapter. Probably about 4 chapters time, I should think. Maybe 3. But yeah, it's kind of larger than life character who owns a hair salon, of all things.
Oh, I was going to thought barman, but no, yeah, I'd see that. Well, he's got plenty of hair to work on, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4 arms to do a haircut.
Indeed, that's right. It comes with some hair cutting styling
In fact,
accessories.
having just been watching, I think it kind of reminds you of Saxons as well.
Saxons?
Saxons in in Pendragon Cycle, and also a little bit. No, with the hair plaits and the rest of it, it does.
I haven't seen any Saxons yet in Pendragon Cycle. Mostly dealing with the Atlanteans. I think they're all Atlanteans, except. I'll need
Colin,
you to explain that to me, Colin.
That show has me confused, Colin.
I've watched
Lawrence...
all 7 episodes of it, and I was talking.
I'm sorry, guys. Lawrence, you just got another super chat. Kingdom 1996 is on fire again, and he says, "I don't like AI. I will get my coat." Oh,
You're gonna get your
You're
coat.
gonna,
he's gonna
you're
get his
gonna
You mean
want
you
that
don't
except-
like things like this or things like this?
This is Lawrence AI. Kingdom 1996.
How about
Swapper uses
this?
AI properly.
I'll try to.
Talk about goatees. That's a real
Slam.
goatee.
What
Or
is
how about
this?
that
Oh.
one? That one looks sad. It's sad that Kingdom 1996 doesn't like him.
Kingdom, you haven't seen his stable diffusion AI stuff.
Yeah,
It's
this is
been
what-
spared.
Yeah, the one I use for these is what Colin forwarded me to, was something called Perchance. It's a step up from stable diffusion, kind of, but not.
Kind of.
All right.
Lawrence loves using the bad AI.
It's
The
very easy to
low-
write.
Oh, not Lawrence.
Yes, yes, Mike. I know it's hard to believe, but man.
And who's this kitty? Or is this a bear? Is this a
It-
cat or a bear?
It's not a cat, or is
It's not a
it?
cat.
It might be.
It's not a cat. It's not a bear. It's kind of something else. But like
Hmm.
Chewbacca's not a bear and not a lion.
That's right.
So this is a saber-toothed polar bear cat thing.
Wolf cat bear.
Nice.
This is also Istophobos.
It is Istophobos. That's right.
Cool beans.
And it's in the name as well, Boscha Tobis.
Oh gosh.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that character. And that, ooh,
Oh, Kingdom
it's Elliot.
1996. You're allowed to cheat just a little bit.
I understand exactly where it came from, Kingdom, and I agree with you. But as someone who has absolutely no drawing skills whatsoever, I like AI, but I can thoroughly understand why, if you've actually got the talent, it can be.
It'll give you
Right.
superpowers. Yeah.
no, I mean,
It
for
allows-
this
it allows
case,
people that
it's
don't
just
have the
fun
ability
making
to-
the action figures for these characters. So I could see the point in doing it here, because you're not going to have the money to actually make the figures, but you might as well
Right.
make images of them.
That's right. I mean, this would take millions of years to draw out and color and, to render.
Yeah, it's not even one prompt. Like you said, you make a piece here, make a piece there, and then you composite it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes
they
a.
usually-
Go ahead.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, Liza. Each character generally comes from an idea, which is then put into a sketch, and then that sketch is put into Photoshop, fleshed out a little bit, and then finished off with an AI render, because the AI can render things photoreal, so which I can't do, and I need things to be photoreal for it to pass off as an actual action figure with a photoreal movie screen grab next to it. There's no way I could ever do that by hand. It would take weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks for one figure. So it's just ludicrous to even attempt it. And I need these figures to kind of help the listener work out what the character is like, how they look, the scenario they're in, what accessories they may carry with them. It kind of gives a bit more of an insight and a bit of a realizes the universe a little bit more. So AI in that respect's been incredibly useful. But
I
you can't
agree.
just type in. You can't just type in as a prompt, design me an action figure that looks like this. It will not do that. Nobody can do that. You have to do it element by element, and then eventually, after many, many hours of backwards and forwards editing and sculpting and corrections and copying and pasting and lots of jiggery pokery and lots of design, actual hand created design using a computer, you can come out with a final result. So it's very, very difficult, if probably not possible at all, to come out with one of these figures. And I tried it, and it just is garbage. It churns out garbage, nonsensical garbage. So it takes a lot of time and patience and application to make one of these figures.
Right.
No,
You know,
you paid
Kingdom
your dues.
1999.
Nobody
If
either.
I mean, as a graphic designer, give it a shot. You'll find that AI will become will give you some really, really nice superpowers. And yes, and I can verify everything that Swapper says. You know, if you want to produce good product with AI, you have to be back and forthing with it, and then edit in Photoshop, and then and again, this all of this AI is to enhance a story. It's and so give it a try. Don't say nay without trying it.
Yeah, today I was pounding it into shape, just trying to get it to retrieve data from a blockchain so that I could do taxes more effectively for one of the coins that I deal with, where it's like kind of new and the tax software doesn't find it right and everything. So I was doing, and I don't, it took a while to pound it into shape, but all those hours are dues paid.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we have here? This is TB3 or TLB3 or ITB3?
TRB3, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But kind of another, I guess,
So in
assassin
that
droid,
case,
but it's more multi-faceted droid, ship pilot and assistant.
Looks like Lando Calrissian's type of droid.
Which Lando Calrissian are we talking about right now?
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, this I sketched this character out beforehand.
TRB3, shouldn't it be sort of red and pointed?
Didn't quite hear you, Colin.
Sorry, I said it shouldn't be red and pointy. It was called TRB3.
Red and pointy.
Thunderbird 3. Thunderbird 3.
TB3. It's got an extra R in there. But you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Close enough.
So you stressed it out.
But yeah, it's very Star Wars universe derived, where you have kind of like the exposed innards in the abdomen area, kind of like how C-3PO has some exposed parts there, and then the torso's protected. It's got the arms almost like a well, no, it's thicker than a medical droid, but no, it just looks very Star Wars.
It does.
Yeah, I've got another render of it that I did. This is based on an original sketch again, so AI did not create this. AI just rendered it. It just added metal effects to it and the reflections and all that kind of stuff, just to realize it, to make it look like it's live action. So yeah, the design is an original concept by me and my pencil on paper.
Amazing.
Well, that's all we have of the figures right now. Is there's some other things you wanted to show, Swappers? I mean, of the ones you sent me in Twitter, I don't know which ones you... Whoa! Is this one I'm allowed to show? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't
This is Ray eating a Melu run. I did request this.
I thought it was a Yorkshire cupcake or something.
Good, Mike. Is Rebels the only place in Star Wars where we get the Melu run? People might not.
I think they appeared in...
No.
Was it Ahsoka or Mandalorian season 3? There was like some there to the side, like a member berry sort of thing.
But this is the fruit that you mentioned, Lawrence, that everyone...
Rey's not used to tasty fruit from Jakku, and so when she's in this conference and there's some fruit there for the negotiations, she eats some very hungrily. I think the one on the right.
After living in the desert and eating like horrible chemical muffins and crap, she doesn't really have any table manners, or she's not very well elocuted, so it all goes a bit wrong. But it doesn't care to her. She's just completely taken by the amazing flavor of this ripe, I can't remember what it's called now, Lawrence knows, fruit.
Yeah, well, you didn't say in the story, but I just
No, I
said
didn't. No.
Melurun because that's the only Star Wars fruit I know.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. I just thought,
Right,
well, no,
well.
why not make it a Malurun and just put that on the image? Why not? Why not?
And here you shared this with me today too.
Yeah. Well, if you put up my avatar on the screen, we'll put something that's happens a little bit earlier on in the chapter.
I'm
It
going to
will get right into
try.
that image.
I'm going to try. It just takes a while. Hold on. And then now that Liza put that up, I can't reach it. So I got to do this. And then I got to do, where is it? This.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice one. This image took me hours and hours and hours to make. It's not an incredibly cinematic image, but it's I'm not even sure this is the right image actually, but it's I've got a better version of this. But this is essentially where all the characters are in this chapter for the majority of this chapter. So you can see Luke and Rey, and there's a few pirates at the back, a few pirate guards, and there's Severum and Vassia, and there's Poe, and the Resistance leaders on the left, and it's most of this chapter takes place inside this room, so they don't really go anywhere or do much. But this is how it's all arranged, how it's all set out. So it's kind of in that respect prominent to put up on the screen so people can get a decent idea of how it's arranged, how the scene is arranged, if you like.
Yeah, the left side is giving a little bit Star Trek. And then, but no, overall it is Star Wars. And the table looks great. I like the shine on it.
Is that
the
meant
shine
to
on it looks
This is a
really
great image,
realistic.
swappers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this kicks ass.
I'm just trying
Anyway,
to
I got to run, guys. I'm going to say
Oh,
good
see you,
night to the
Mike.
kiddies and off to bed.
Well,
Glad
thank
we
you
saw
for
you.
joining us, Mike.
Absolutely.
Mike, put those
Swappers.
kitties in the video.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Give me a
There
couple
you go.
days.
That's
You'll
how you
see
get
'em on-
subs.
My wife already said that. You're not going to put this on. And I'm like, well, of course I am. You know it. All right, Swapper's always good to have you, man. Good to see
you too, Mike. Thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
Good
to
night,
speak to you.
guys.
Good night, sir. Well, this no, I mean, this is great. I didn't mean that as like a reprimand for the side. I was just remarking. I don't know. Just the shape of the windows. But
that
Oh,
meant,
yeah, I
no,
know what you mean.
meant to be
but just
slate?
people who are wondering what the story is so far in this chapter after the First Order and the Kennedy and Peavy are talking to each other. And you got to listen to get the story there. But the next is basically negotiations between the Resistance and what you said before, the territorial nation of Arcassus
Yeah.
that are aboard the Sovereign of Free Reign here.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just see if I can get the next image up. Oh my God.
It ain't easy, is it?
Not when there's pressure involved and people are waiting. And
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel all the time. And
yeah. Let's see if I can get this. Where is it? See, this is a slightly better image of this scene. A little bit clearer, a little bit better arranged. I'll just show that before I move on. There we go. So we can
well,
see.
yeah, for me, I not, it's one of those things where you are detail oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow the characters are integrated into the scene better.
The
Which you do.
reflection on the
Yeah.
table also looks a little bit. The other one was good, but this is even better. Yeah.
This one is better, yeah. Definitely.
So this gives you a good idea of how everything's laid out in the scene.
Nice.
where the windows are, etc., the shape of them and stuff, because it's all a bit vague when you're listening to the audio. You can't really
Yeah.
get a lot of it's put down to your imagination, so this kind of solidifies it a little bit.
Well, because you hear character voices, you could imagine Poe Dameron there, and you could imagine Akbar getting frustrated, and of course Emrys, and then Luke and Rey, and so forth. And yeah, with the character voices, you could imagine them and everything, and mostly you're listening to, get their perspectives because you're wondering, okay, how's this going to go? How are they going to work it out? Are they going to work it out?
Yeah, right. And then if I can bring up, let me see.
And the fact that you can see the door there gives you the fact you can see the fact that obviously Luke and Rey were there and they hadn't seen them,
This might be something to do, Swappers, is to release some shorts where it's just like, since there are a lot of shorts, there's the type of shorts that are portrait where it's a minute limit for them. You could basically, I think they're up to 3 minutes now. I don't understand all that. Liza does, but you can basically release shorts where you have these images and describe them. And so that way, with that algorithm, as people see the shorts, a lot of people that'll see them are people that aren't already subscribed because it goes on a broader feed. And then basically those are all potential subscribers. If they see some good Star Wars stuff here, anybody that's into the expanded universe and other Star Wars will check it out.
and sort of have the have that particular scene playing over it, that particular part of the audio playing over it. Do you mean?
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, like a little storyboard type thing. That would be super cool.
Yeah, just like a minute-long clip over one of these images, and just at the bottom, you could put a watermark or not, because actually the channel will be listed at the bottom so that people could just click on it and hopefully subscribe.
Kingdom 1996, I agree. Swapper stories are much better than the prequels as well. Now, a lot of good stories came out of the prequels, but the prequels themselves, man, I was so mad.
Yeah, the overall
I was
story's
mad.
good. It's just it was too much of. Well, the first
I
one,
wouldn't even say
Anakin
that.
was too young, and the pod racing and stuff. It kind of like contradicted the seriousness or the gravity of everything.
Phantom Menace, was a disaster. I left the theaters very upset. The next two movies just rushed through the evolution of, Darth Vader becoming evil. And then, some good stories came out of the prequels through the Clone Wars, but then the end of Clone Wars was rushed, and we didn't get a real evolution, from Anakin to Darth Vader in the Clone Wars. But
it was
then
spliced.
it was. But then we get these wonderful characters that came out of Clone Wars, and we get Rebels, and Rebels was interesting. And then Ahsoka happened, and nothing was done with those characters.
Yeah, I was looking forward to what was going to happen, in Ahsoka, and then it was just disappointing because Thrawn wasn't really Thrawn. Although it was it was like the voice actor on screen. It was like, oh, this is cool, but he's not he's not as smart as Thrawn.
No.
He's saying, I'm not going to do something, and then he does it.
Yeah,
Thrawn's not like that.
It was frustrating, wasn't it? Really, knowing that how good the characters can be, and what we got was vastly inferior versions of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is character can only be as orphans.
Mm-hmm.
When did the sequel, the prequel trilogies come out was in the 90s.
The late 90s.
The first one was 99, I think, and then the others were like up until 2005.
Because
So between that period,
I really want to find out if George Lucas read Jack Chalker's Fall to the Diamond series, because when I first heard about the midichlorians, that was the first thing I went for. There's the Fall to the Diamond. This is from the early 80s.
Yeah, that was.
Colin, don't get me started on the midichlorians.
It's like, how can you change what the Force is?
Or even, in fact, thinking about it, actually, I also wonder if whoever wrote Encounter at Farpoint had read that. Because you remember the end of Encounter at Farpoint? Well, the secret is at Farpoint. Well, that's that stuff can happen because there's a creature living in the planet.
Well, yeah, it turned out to be the ship was a living being. And then the midichlorians are just cells.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll say it's a very, very similar concept. So I would genuinely like to know if George came up with that on his own, or if he got inspiration, which is nothing wrong with that, from somewhere else. Because I can think of two places that are very similar in concept.
I think I agree with what Liza thinks about it. It seemed like he was trying to make it less spiritual and more like in line with some sort of genetic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than a power that you can tap into, which is what it was originally.
Yeah.
Now, you may have an easier or harder time doing that, maybe genetically, but it's not like how much you have in your blood. It's not like a cell count, it was originally like it was more of a mind over matter thing.
As you'll find out later in the story, I do have a take on the midichlorians in this. So yeah, might be controversial, might not be, but I'm hoping that I've explained what they are a lot better than George Lucas did. Because I can't discount them and have them
it's already there.
Of course, it's already there.
But it's basically that they're not the Force at all. They're nothing. They're not. The Force is the Force. There's no getting in the way of that. There's no third party. There's no barrier to it or anything like that. All they are like antennas in your cells that can pick up the Force, allow you to pick up on the Force as a wavelength. That's pretty much what they are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like receptors in the
sense.
brain.
Yeah, exactly. But I was kind of disappointed that he tried to take the spirituality and the training, because at the end of Return of the Jedi, the Force was, people who could wield the Force were people who had like massive training, and through getting to know themselves spiritually and connecting with nature, they can tap into that power. But then came the midichlorians, like, oh no, you have to have them in the blood to wield the Force. So all of this spiritual mumbo jumbo doesn't mean a thing, like Lando says. This was such a disappointing thing. I
swear to you, it does not mean a thing.
Gosh, man. I mean, Phantom Menace was horrible.
Yeah, as a massive fan of the original trilogy, and because it had been around for decades before any new episodes or anything like that, fleshing the universe out beyond that point, we'd all made up so much in our heads and our own theories and our own philosophies and everything else that because we had nothing else. And then the film comes along and kind of like dumps a big fat one on all of that, doesn't it? Really, it says, no, you will now abandon all of your theories and you will take this on board. It's like, oh, come on, George, seriously?
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of made what Obi-Wan said like moot, or just kind of like, I guess Obi-Wan was just bloviating, or Yoda when he said to Luke, you are not this crude matter, you're a luminous being. which also
Exactly.
lines up more with like metaphysics and everything. So it was
Mhm.
going that direction, but I guess he's like, no, I got to change that. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh well.
So I understand where Lucas was coming from, but I think he kind of executed it wrong. So I'm hoping that I've corrected that. in
Yeah,
the
you
story.
found a good middle ground. And actually it makes sense because it leaves more room for it to be a journey inward, which is what learning the Force should be. It's just like martial arts or any kind of discipline. A journey inward is important, but in this case, it's crucially important because, yeah, it has so much to do with freeing your mind to be more powerful than matter.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I see it, the midichlorians are just ordinary cells, just like everything has cells, every living thing. And every living thing has midichlorians in it, even in our world, if you like, because there's a life force, life energy that permeates everything. People call it different things. In the Star Wars universe, it's the Force, and it allows certain things to be possible, like telekinesis, telepathy, lots of other things. And we have telekinesis and telepathy on this planet. So, it's the
Yeah.
Force exists no matter what, whether you call the things in every living thing midichlorians or not. I just see them as a specific type of cell, an ordinary organic cell, a very specific one that can exist in greater numbers in certain people or certain beings, and that can allow a more concentrated flow of the Force in an individual. So that's why that one person might be more stronger in the Force, because it's genetic basically.
Right.
And you can improve your connection to the Force as well through training, etc., and that can make you as good or as strong as someone with that many midichlorians, because someone with loads of midichlorians may not train or may not
Right.
have a discipline in the Force, and that their skills and their connection to the Force will atrophy and fade, whereas the person with fewer midichlorians can train and become greater than that person with more midichlorians. So that's kind of the way it works, basically. That's the nature of it.
I like that. It's like natural talent isn't everything. If you have a desire to learn, you can.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I like
yeah.
that.
All right.
So this image right here is, I think I'm sure everyone that's heard it knows, it's just a quick kind of introduction to Luke, to these characters. And he's used the Force. I don't know if anyone picks up on it. He uses the Force to kind of shroud him and Rey, until he thinks everyone is ready for him to step into the conversation. And they kind of just standing in the shadows anyway, but they would be
Yeah,
visible.
because he's a legend.
Well, indeed, yeah. But he uses the Force to kind of stand outside people's perception. And his connection to the Force is very tenuous at the moment because of what happened earlier on in the story, which you find out. But so he's able to do certain things, but no great feats. No huge things like destroying a Star Destroyer with a flick of a wrist or anything like that. That's not what he's capable of. It's very kind of subtle stuff at the moment. So shrouding himself in the Force is something he still can do. And Rey's you can just see the silhouette there of Rey standing behind him in the background.
Now. Next thing you'll be saying is he's not Merlin.
Oh, well, no, that's cool. But he has to eventually be powerful enough to deal with those dark troopers.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, because they're coming in with Gideon. No, this is well after that. Oops, that's right. I forget where I'm at.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the next image in sequence here that I can upload, but
I know it's tough.
For those of you who haven't listened to Swapper's drama, he totally redeems Luke Skywalker. This is the real Luke Skywalker. This is a dignified Luke Skywalker. This is a deep Luke Skywalker. you're going to be cheering.
It's not Jake Skywalker.
It is not Jake Skywalker. You're going to be cheering throughout as you listen to these
Yeah,
stories.
he still has something he needs to overcome.
Yeah.
Well, he was reluctant. He still was, he's still on the hero's journey. He was reluctant to rejoin the fight at the start of the story, and it took a lot of convincing and a lot of coaxing to get him to actually decide to put himself out there again after what he's experienced. And it wasn't just Rey that did it. She was the one factor in the movies that did it. Because she's the all great, powerful Mary Sue that can do no wrong and never fail. Rey was only a part of it. Chewbacca was a part of it. Leia was a part of it. Obi-Wan and Yoda were a part of it. There was this big. It took all of that to get him to accept his responsibilities again. So now he's back in the fight and he's driven to achieve something that he's been sent on a mission to do.
Right. And I don't think this is too much of a. I don't think this is a spoiler to say that there's some him and Rey develop an interesting relationship, a deep one, an interesting one.
They didn't really develop one in the film, so.
Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't see the films after The Force Awakens. I couldn't. But I've seen plenty of reaction videos to know what happens in the Last Jedi, and I'm like, yuck. But here we got a real master-student relationship, and you're gonna actually get to like Rey and swap her stories. So.
So if you wanted to play another audio clip, Lawrence, by the way, if you can.
I don't have another. I was trying to make one, but remember, Brown, I made sure everything was done and ready to go when Brown was hinting at coming to an end.
Telling there isn't another? You mean you're telling me there isn't another?
I could just play the we could fast forward to a part of the episode or something.
Feel free. Yeah, feel free.
Go for it.
Oh, are you still generating these? Are you making them?
Oh no, I finished while I was doing the last one when I was on Brown's stream earlier on.
Okay.
Ooh,
we were both working at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Baby. Hey folks, it ain't easy. It's life ain't easy. Well,
especially
I do have.
Let you down.
I do have. Remember, we have some more this. There you go. How about that one? Everyone is in utter silence right now.
Was this? Who are these cats, Lawrence?
Well, I actually asked for Maz Kanata, and they think she's a cat. Well, this AI did. I didn't say.
She would have been more interesting as a cat person.
And then there's a crackle face.
You know what? You know what? You know what they've done? They've confused her with Lieutenant Mures from Star Trek.
Well,
I like that one. With this.
Well, I know Swappers
it's
like
Londo.
It's Londo, yes.
Yeah, I did ask for a snowshoe. Oh, well, speaking of which, let's see. Hold on.
Jedi, I love it. Oh no, we got a real snowshoe.
Yeah. Come on.
Hanging around. Yeah. We can't see him. Okay, we could sort of see him. Hey, Londo.
Look, it's you.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He's a sweetie. Watch the headphones there. All right. So that's our real snowshoe. The only thing I wish he got along with Joser and didn't attack Joser, then we can have them both in at the same time.
Yeah. So sad.
Now, I don't know who this is, but this is reminiscent of Rebels, the Inquisitors they had. Like that one lady Inquisitor.
Darth Robot.
Darth Robot.
Darth Robot. Yeah, that's Darth Vader's daughter. And then we have this. I tried to
What
do
is
my own
going
Ray
on
and
there?
Melu run,
No.
but
Lawrence, no. No, stop
It's
it.
sort of crossed her with
yeah.
Leia a little bit there.
Yeah, I guess I asked for Ray. I forgot what her real last name. I guess it's Palpatine. Really, should be her last name.
No. Well, we don't know what her last name is in Swapper's story.
Yeah, I just can't say Ray because then it doesn't give me anything. So I said Skywalker and it gave me that. Now this is what my finalizer looks like. It's all-terrain Star Destroyer. Can go in the water.
Well, apparently they. Well, does he know which way's up?
And I don't know. There's more Ray. Hands still a little creepy.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh,
All right, and then we got
Stormtrooper.
some sort of stormtroopers. This is a Highland stormtrooper, and that's an urban stormtrooper. And that's
an Arctic snow stormtrooper.
Yeah, there you go, Arctic. And this is the conference room, not unlike Swapper. So.
No, I like Swapper's conference room better.
See, Swappers does better than this. Now this is Captain Maydeen, but it made him a girl. So and then there's another version with a little hat.
Yeah, I noticed the hat changed. It just got smaller for no reason.
I guess this is like a kissogram or something like that. You know, like Amy Pond. And then that's Mr. Brown. That's Mr. Brown as a Star Wars guy. I don't know what this is.
What did you ask for?
In many cases, I was just putting names, and it was just coming up with something. They think it's another Maz Kanata. It really wanted to do cats. All right, so I'm done with all my fun ones. Did you want me to play another portion of it?
Yes. Feel free. Yeah.
Let's do
it.
I'll get the next image up. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So this means that I need to once again, please be understanding with me because I'm going to have to do this a different way. I'm going to have to share screens, and I have a kitty climbing on me and licking my hands and everything. Let's see. I'm glad that I'm chilled out.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm chilled out here. There. Now this is going to be sharing a playback of the whole thing in a minute, but we're not gonna play the whole thing because I want people to go to it and watch it. So let me find a spot here. All right, that sounds good. Emrys Severin is about to speak, so we're basically in this conference, and we're going to discuss negotiations, basically. Now, how would you describe the interests of the two factions here? Obviously, the Resistance is resisting the First Order. The Republic's gone now, but that happened quickly, very quickly, in The Force Awakens. And, so that's what they want. And then the territorial nation of Arcassus, which is these folks aboard the Sovereign of Free Reign, they just want mostly freedom and be able to provide for themselves. And they're troubled by this resistance, maybe bringing the wrath of the First Order on everyone. Right? And so that's what I'm seeing there. Now, I just realized if I want to share audio from playing this way, I did it wrong. Londo, I'm going to have to put you on the floor. I mean, I'm sorry, you're distracted.
Oh, poor Londo.
No. Okay. Yeah, because I won't get audio
learning
this way. Streaming is hard, folks. I know. Audiences don't like to hear that, but no, I guess it's not hard. You just got to be patient with yourself.
Patient and persistent. Yes.
Okay, we're about ready to start here. All right, let me get the right tab up. So I'll take this down. Does our chat want to do any show and tell? I don't know. All right, I'm going to get this out of here and make sure I'm sharing the right thing. Share screen, and it's got to be a tab. There we go. Okay, so we're seeing chapter 13 here. This should share audio.
Just not forget, Consul.
Okay. I'm trying to get to the same spot I was at before.
I have never been one to...
Okay. A little before that.
General, and your people are hardly equipped to deal with...
Even less equipped now, thanks to you.
All right, let me get back here to the beginning of this thing, because things don't start well. We have Admiral Akbar here, and we have, of course, Emerus Severum, who, they had the upper hand until Luke came and Rey. Then it was basically a draw, and Maz Kanata, got them to stop fighting. That was in the last chapter. And so now they're trying to work things out.
Well, this might pick me up.
You're not nearly as clever as you imagine, Dameron. Your little trick may have fooled the First Order, but it seems you were unaware of exactly whom you were dealing with.
And they start off by arguing. Poe was captured by these guys, and she's basically criticizing the Resistance for not being so, shall we say, effective. That she thinks their strategies were bad. They were running out of resources. It's well, we might as well just take your stuff and abandon you before you cause more trouble, because their strategies weren't what Emerus thought would be good. It's almost like they were just going to cause more trouble with the First Order than accomplish anything.
Yeah.
After the welcomes you people gave me, I got a pretty good idea.
Our fleet was heading to the rendezvous until you intercepted us, Severum. You chose this battle. You had no authority to fire upon us.
It was your arrogance that led to losses on both sides. We've all expended ships and resources that we couldn't afford to lose.
There are far worse threats out there than us, General. And your people are hardly equipped to deal with...
Even less equipped now, thanks to you. And you dare wage war against us with classified Republic craft.
I gotta say, Rissy, that's some impressive tech your people are packing. Now, where do pirates get that kind of hardware?
Privateers.
We know what you are. What hardware?
Those new fighters. You're telling me you didn't see them?
We scanned and analyzed them.
Now, are they talking about the scythe-shaped fighters?
Yes, they are.
I forget, what's the name of those?
They are the Varias.
The Sea Wings.
Yeah, or Sea Wings. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. I'm sorry, folks. Each chapter is about a couple months apart, so... But anyway, so they have some new ships, some new fighters in their arsenal. They're wondering, where are these from? Everything else is salvaged from somewhere. They're in a Star Destroyer and this Sovereign of Free Reign. And then these, privateers or pirates also have these new vessels, which is what they're talking about now.
Pirates certainly don't have the resources to build that kind of ship. We've seen the military database, Severum. You're using stolen Republic craft.
Not stolen.
Those fighters rightfully belong to us.
Salvagers' rights, my dear Admiral. If it weren't for us, those ships would have been destroyed by the First Order.
You sure you can
Just a minute. No, people, please!
Let us not turn survival into accusation. Such trivial details can be addressed later. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Consul Kanata has supplied materials, weapons, food, and information to both our peoples. No doubt we all owe her many favors. And today, I understand we may owe her another.
I have never been one to revel in praise. But surely, we can all agree on this much. Further hostilities serve no one here. Remain calm. The fighting is over. For now, we listen. Now please, be seated.
Okay, so that's Maz Kanata bringing things to order. Now, why is it that Emrys Severum respects Kanata so much?
Well, Kanata is nearly 1,000, maybe more than 1,000 years old. I can't remember now.
Wow.
So she's been around since like almost the old Republic time. So she's seen a lot of stuff, and she's very, very wise. Got a lot of experience, and she also is force sensitive. So Severum has got. She's got a lot of issues, but she's got her, as we find out in this chapter, she has a history of and a certain affiliation with the Jedi and the Force, but she has no Force connection herself. But she reveres the Force and the Jedi because it alludes to a far more peaceful time for the galaxy that she kind of wished still existed, but doesn't because of certain governments and certain totalitarian organizations. But Maz she's not the leader of the pirate nation, but she's very prominent in it because of her experience and her history and her connections across the galaxy. So that commands a lot of respect with Severum. And she's also opened a lot of doors for Severum as well throughout, through certain planets and organizations, etc., and allowed a lot of networking to take place.
All right. Well,
Eminence Greece.
You might have gotten cut off there, Colin.
So I said, sort of an Eminence Greece chief advisor sort of thing, almost.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say that.
All right. So I am going to, I guess, play a little more, but I'm going to stop when we get to the action because people need to.
Sure.
Let us not forget, Consul. The Resistance didn't initiate this conflict. It was Captain Severum's mercenary grab for supplies that put lives at risk.
Survival of the fittest, Admiral. We Arquessans take what we need from this galaxy. Centuries of marginalization by self-proclaimed rulers cast us out to the fringes. But it only hardened us. We adapted, grew strong. It may have gone unheard for decades, but Arquessus demands recognition. A fact even your former allies can't ignore.
But we did not... But we did not initiate this conflict.
No. It was initiated long before you encountered us out here in the wild zones. We were cast to the edges of this galaxy by every so-called governing order that came before you. Republic, Empire, and now the First Order, who simply refined the practice with better uniforms.
You're just savages rationalizing theft.
I have to object to that
The
statement.
galaxy has been unstable ever since the First Order began claiming territory and the Republic was disarmed. And yet you profit from that instability.
Survival is not profit, it is correction.
You're actually trying to justify what you did.
It is reality.
People, peace cannot enter a room where everyone is still choosing enemies. While we debate morals and philosophy, we avoid reaching a common ground.
Consul, these people attempted to seize our vessels. Now you invite us onto this flagship under armed escort and call it diplomacy. Oh, why are we even here?
Because each of you believes you know the other. You do not. You know only the story you have told yourselves.
What of Commander Skywalker? We were told he would be present.
Indeed. I did not call this meeting for your benefit, and I did not call it for mine. When I was told the Jedi still lived, I assumed it was a lie, another relic, used to manipulate desperate people. I have lived my entire life inside stories like that. Stories told by governments that outlive the truth.
You avoid the question.
I am answering it. I believe they no longer existed. The Jedi. I was wrong.
And yet he is absent.
Quite the contrary. And that is why you're still alive to ask questions.
What kind of answer is that?
It is the only one that matters. I did not agree to this meeting because I trust the Jedi, but because I do not trust what happens when people like him disappear from the galaxy. I have seen that outcome before.
Nice philosophy. Doesn't exactly help us survive against the First Order.
Nor does it resolve your previous actions against our fleet.
Severum did not respond immediately.
Yes, so you see a standstill still happening there.
You can. I've got a much better image of the conference room here. If you just want to show that briefly. But this is the actual. This is the proper image that I meant to show earlier on. But they were kind of still incomplete. That's my avatar that you need to enlarge if you could.
I'm working on it. I'm not. Hold on here. Where is it? Okay. Your avatar is, and then it has to put like messages up on screen. I'm trying to find your avatar. Oh, isn't that what I have up?
That's not mine. No.
That's nobody's. That's is this you? Sorry, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I have too many things.
It might help. Maybe if I flash the. There we go. I'm flashing right there.
Oh, there you are. You're at the top.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Second down.
Okay.
Second down.
I'm trying to get you out there, but it's.
I know my place.
I have to do this.
There we go.
So. There we go.
So you can see that it's a much better render, this one, because everyone looks like everyone's got proper shadows. The lighting's much better. They're all spaced out correctly, and they're all rendered correctly. So this is a much better image on this one here. But this took hours and hours and hours and hours to get right because it's got so many characters in it, and I had to make sure they were all in the right pose, in the right place, doing the right thing, and it just it was. And AI just was fighting me the whole way, but I managed to do it in the end. There's a lot of Photoshop in here as well, by the way. But this is the part where Luke just walks up to the table and lowers his hood, and everyone's kind of like, oh wow, it's Luke, So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly show that image there. Then the obviously next in the sequence of events, Luke turns up and they start all chatting between each other, and something happens with Emeris. She has a little bit of a flashback, but I'm not sure if you want to put that in the audio or not, or do you want me to talk about it? It's up to you. The action.
How about we talk about it? Because I mean, I'd probably just be trying to shuffle around to find it.
Yeah, it's like the action doesn't start for like a good few minutes yet because Luke arrives and then he has kind of like a reunion with Akbar and Maydeen, and Poe and Maydeen sort of chat privately about Luke and his little display. He picks up one of the fruit from the bowl as like a gesture of the Force to get everyone's attention, and then just lands it in his hand. So everyone now is like, their eyes are on Luke, and he's holding the fruit in his hand, and he then breaks a piece off and gives it to Rey, and then Luke and Severum get into a discussion, and she pitches to Luke, why he suddenly reappeared, and he's the reason why she decided to hold this conference is because of her relation, I guess you could say, or affiliation to the Jedi in the long distant past. And they begin a conversation, and she demands to know why Luke did what he did, why he vanished from the galaxy, what his reasons were that he abandoned his Praxeum, etc. And because we still don't know in the story yet the real reason. but clues are dropped here a lot. So, and I'm not sure if any of you guys sort of have got an idea of yet of the picture that's being painted, but Severum deals with him directly. She just calls it out, says what it is, what this issue, the elephant in the room, the issue that no one seems to be discussing, that people have alluded to, and that's that she's heard the rumor that Luke destroyed his own Praxeum.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that destruction, his students were killed, and it was by his own hand that they all died. And she's heard that rumor, and it's one that has been spread by numerous entities, one of which being Snoke and the First Order. But she also knows that it could quite likely be propaganda, so she doesn't know what to believe at this point. And
but she throws it out there just to see what his reaction is.
Yeah, that's right. And he uses the Force again very subtly in this sequence, because in their interaction, he steers the conversation towards her past, and she ends up kind of having a bit of a reminiscence about her childhood, and why she regards the Jedi in the way she does, and the Force the way she does. And we go into this flashback sequence where it's like a brief dream of how her grand aunt tried to protect her and her family after the Jedi purge of Order 66. And it turns out that Emeris's grand aunt was a Jedi that survived the purge and was protecting her family, because she knew that the Empire were going to come and use her family as leverage to get her to come out of hiding so they could kill her. And to save her family, the only thing she could do was go into exile with them. So they've set up on this remote world somewhere, and they've got a farm, hoping the Empire will never come calling. And somehow, we don't know how, they've managed to find the family. And of course, at this point, Severum's only a tiny little girl of 3 years old. And the Empire come calling, and it's all a bit emotional, and it ends up with her family being killed and her brother being orphaned. And we've just got an image here of it, of her and her brother. I can just bring them up. There you go. And that's her brother coming to rush to her aid. Her father's left them behind to go out and confront the stormtroopers that are holding them hostage, holding them siege, and beginning to burn the house down with flamethrowers. And the two kids are inside, so they've been told to run while the adults try and hold off the stormtroopers. And Emeris is traumatized by all of this, because she's seen them take on the stormtroopers, and the stormtroopers are far too many in number. And her Gramana, or grandmother's sister, has perished along with her father in an explosion. And it's just up to the children now to survive on their own, and they're very, very young. And this whole thing has traumatized them and thrown them into this state of, how the hell do we survive? And of course, the Empire don't know these children still exist, so they think everyone's dead. So they leave the place in tatters, burnt in ruins, and the children get away. Hence why Severum is still alive now. But we're looking at a baby Emeris Severum right here. So this is just like, when I was creating this image, I was just thinking, she's freaking adorable. How the hell did she turn into that monster? And this is pretty much the reason why she's kind of dejected by the universe, basically, and scarred by her past. So this is she was once this innocent little child, and now she's turned into this hardened pirate, I guess you could say.
Nope.
Order 66.
The characters have stories. Yeah, go ahead, Colin.
Was it Order 66 so called because there's an entire galaxy of Jedi? Only 66 were actually killed.
That's really good.
All the ones that seem to have survived. Order 66. Well, we've killed 65 Jedi. One more, that's it. We've done.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the last one was Obi-Wan. You're right.
Grogu got away.
There were a lot of Jedi that survived at Order 66, but they were all systematically hunted down by the by the Empire and Vader. So by the time A New Hope happened, there shouldn't have been any left apart from Obi-Wan and Yoda. That's it. So unfortunately,
Ezra
Emrys
Bridger.
Let's not get into it. But yeah, Emrys's Grand Gramana was one of the last, not one of the last few, but she died around just before A New Hope happened. So she was killed, I guess, as part of Order 66, just not in the initial purge.
Right.
So they were still hunting them down even 16 years, 20 years later. Okay, fam.
Mm-hmm. So Emrys is she's about 10 years younger than Luke Skywalker, something like that.
Well, it's weird. It's something I always found a bit weird with Star Wars. And again, I'm only really mainly familiar with the first 3, maybe the first 6 movies, and a few of the novels and the rest of it. At times, I sometimes think, well, hold on a second, this thing is supposed to be a galaxy-wide empire.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem too much. You know, you don't very often. I don't very often seem to get that much of scale for it. But I mean,
there was a lot of world building and scale increasing, I guess you could say, with the expanded universe after the original trilogy, and the prequels did add a lot to it as well. But the sequels just got all of that, and the whole galaxy just shrank to just being a few planets. It was just terrible. So I'm trying to kind of readdress that again and have it a little bit bigger, you know, and all these territories and places that haven't been explored yet. So you know that it's all out there.
Yes, apparently this new republic, which has defeated the galaxy-wide empire, is 5 planets in one solar system.
Yeah.
So they can all be destroyed by one weapon in one go.
Yeah, that's it. So they were in their kind of defense, they didn't know that the Starkiller was a thing. So they were getting very complacent, and they didn't think about distributing their resources everywhere, so they could go on after a full frontal attack. But that was one of the errors of some of the Senate members who were actually written about in the expanded universe, well, the Disney expanded universe, that were basically a bunch of political idiots that didn't know what they were doing, kind of, you know, very liberal in their view, where we must get rid of all our weapons because...
kind of like the real EU.
Exactly, yeah. We must get rid of all our weapons because that will mean no one has any more war, you know. So that means no one can be defended, and therefore the Republic ended up getting destroyed by the Starkiller. So, yeah. But in this image here, we've got Emrys's Gramana and her father rushing to defend their house against the 501st Division of Stormtroopers, who I didn't have time to render, unfortunately. But this fleshes out the scene a little more as well, because she's trying to protect the kids, basically, because they're the future. And she knows that, I mean, she's like nearly 70 years old at this point, so she hasn't got a huge amount of life left, but she's going to use it to take down the Empire as best she can and defend her family to the last. She never thought they'd ever come calling, but she hasn't got a choice right now, so, you know, to help the kids get away, she's got to hold them off in this situation.
Is this a direction you might go into afterwards? Is her backstory?
She's not a fleshed out character in the story at all, no. So it's something else I could go into in another story, but she's not explored further in this story. So she's just one of the Jedi from the Jedi Order from the prequels that we never saw on screen, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's one area that would be interesting to explore, is that whole hunt down of the Inquisitors thing.
Oh yeah, the basically the purge of the remnants of the Order 66. Yeah.
Yep.
That was kind of one of Vader's most prominent jobs, is to get rid of the stragglers and to make sure that the Jedi are erased from the galaxy. And I guess he did a very good job. Well, he should have done, but as Disney have told us, he didn't. Looks like they let a big chunk of them get away. But yeah. So, but unfortunately, and I've got the character's name. I've actually got the character's name. I devised the character's name as well. It's Gayskarda Nimban, her name is, and or Gayskarda Nimban, and her father's name right there, rushing to help with his blaster, is Durek Severum. So, uh, unfortunately, this is all we see of them. They perish after this scene, so it's very tragic. But it's supposed to be tragic because that's how we figure out Severum is the kind of person she is.
Right.
I do want to say to anyone listening to us now or on the rewind or whatever, we did a little change. We normally stream to 3 different destinations, YouTube, Rumble, and then Kick. But tonight I went back to Odyssey instead of Kick. It looks like Odyssey's trying to revive itself and is overhauling things. I've been keeping all the videos up there, and so the more accurate copy of the YouTube channel is on Odyssey. So folks if you happen to find us on Odyssey, welcome. Most of the chat's on YouTube, but I just look at the Odyssey thing now. It's here, it's working again. So this will be a viable thing in the future to stream live here and see if folks find us after the stream. When I upload the stream and it becomes a regular video on Odyssey. So we're trying it out. We're trying to grow. So you may continue, Mr. Swappers.
Yeah, so directly after Severum has her flashback, something terrible happens. There's an assassination attempt, and one of her guards betrays Severum's own people, and tries to shoot Severum. And Luke uses the Force. It's not immediately apparent exactly what happens in the audio, but Luke uses Force to lift the fruit bowl from the center of the table and block the blast. And because of that, the Severum's guards and her droid attack this one particular individual called Tuzad, who's one of her masked inner circle. But somehow he's impervious to blasters and nothing kills him. And he throws a detonator into the room as a last-ditch attempt to kill everyone. And it explodes and destroys one of the viewports in the side of the conference room. And it shatters, and then absolute chaos occurs afterwards, where everything gets blown out into space. People are holding on for their dear lives. Air gets completely vented into space. Everyone's gripping hold of fixtures and things like that to stop them from flying to their immediate doom. And in this particular image here that I'm about to bring up, if I can grab it.
Yeah, there were it's one of the exposed space scenes that happened. I think there's been a couple times that's happened in something Star Wars, all in the Disney era. I remember it happened on Rebels, like, was it twice, Liza? And then supposedly, I never actually saw it, but The Last Jedi had some exposed space stuff.
Yeah, that was when Leia got blasted out into space. Yeah, but that was awful.
And floated back.
By the way, Lawrence, you got another super chat from Kingdom 1996. Thank you, Kingdom.
Thank you for supporting Kingdom. That helps make all this keep the lights on, shall we say.
Thank you so much. He's
Liza,
on
would
fire.
you do the honors, please?
Kingdom 1996 says, watched OG films at cinema. Beyond that is random. Kingdom, you got to check out Swapper series, though. You are going to love this. Go to his channel. Just pop it on while you're working or relaxing, chilling, cooking.
Yeah, there's selective good stuff from, Disney, there's about 30 to 40% good, and it's not the stuff that most people see. And then about 60 to 70% not so good.
Yeah, I have to agree
But the
with
thing
that.
the stuff that's not so good, unfortunately, includes the films. Which is what
Good grief. Yeah, one thing I was confused with. I haven't, given that I haven't actually seen any the movies. But obviously, I've seen lots of reviews and that's it. Did you say in this that Poe? Did I hear that Poe and Ray had never actually met? 'Cause I was a bit confused for someone had heard in that.
Well, not before Force Awakens, but this does still
because
include
Force
Force
Awakens
Awakens.
canon, isn't it? So the Force Awakens happens in this. That's why I said I genuinely couldn't remember because
Yeah, it happens before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the Force Awakens, they're in a shot. They're basically in a scene together, but they don't really interact. So,
Oh right, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, the dialogue in this chapter, they kind of Poe alludes to that, and then they properly get an introduction to each other. So yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, because I said I'm not having seen them, knowing I know them because you can't talk the house fears really, and not actually. But I genuinely couldn't remember. I thought, had they actually not met any time the first movie, then this is Disney, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, no, we saw The Force Awakens. We're kind of disappointed, but we didn't see the others. But we saw enough of things from Mahler and I think Little Platoon and just so many
we
different.
saw enough of it, yeah.
Yeah, especially with how thorough a lot of that coverage is. So.
Yeah. No.
Archer, to your question.
all I've seen, I saw.
Colin, I meant. Yeah, that answer to that question. That is at the end of the next chapter.
Oh wow! Fantastic, excellent, good, cool. Look forward to that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the next chapter.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a few copies of a few early episodes of Clone Wars, the show, and the first 2 seasons of Mando, but I think that's about it. Although, as I said, I mean, obviously,
well, the first 2 seasons were the good 2 seasons.
Yeah, I agree. There's some gems in the first 2 seasons, and then there's some gems, throughout the Clone Wars. There's some really interesting stuff, Colin, that happened in Rebels. You gotta. Rebels. I like Rebels. Go watch Rebels, Colin. I think you will like it. But I mean this, and again, I did want to say that I am thoroughly looking forward to episode 14 and finding out this little thing that seems to be developing between Rey and another character here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
looking forward to
that. I'm gradually working my way back again, obviously, for Babylon 5. I've just managed to finish. I've just finished all 7 episodes of Pendragon Cycle. I'm gradually working my way through the 8 seasons of, the 7.5, 8 seasons of Smallville that I realised I never watched. I'm going to try and get the new series to life. I've got so many things I want to try to watch.
When you get a chance, Colin, when you clear your plate, you should try Rebels. Try it.
So, what else would you like to share, Swappers?
Well, I've got an image here.
Because I know you guys are going to be seeing Sun coming up shortly.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about that. That's okay. This image here this is a sequence where Poe's unfortunately blasted out from the rush of air out into space.
Right.
After saving Severum, because she was on her way out, and he managed to grab her and help her pull her way back in. But unfortunately, BB-8, you can just see him in the distance there, has flown out. He's gone completely. Poe, it was almost dead. Almost dead. And I'm not sure if you can see any color in this image. It's showing the black and white at my end, but it's actually in color. But
I can barely see the color, but it's still good because it's muted colors in Star Wars.
Yeah. You should be able to see Poe's orange suit there in the middle. If you can't, then something's going wrong with the image. But
at least in Empire things, and this is a Star Destroyer. So.
Yeah, yeah. But there's
But I guess there's enough pocket of air there for him.
there's like a constant flow of air from the ship because it's
Yeah.
obviously it's got its internal atmosphere processor. So
Yeah.
it's but it's constantly being vented into space, which means there's this torrent, this gale that they're all fighting against, and they can't switch it off. So what I didn't have time to render was the fact that both Luke and Rey together save Poe from dying. By using the Force, because Rey basically acts like a battery of the Force, and Luke's only got a certain limited use of the Force. So by connecting physically, Luke can control the Force through Rey, and he grabs hold of Rey. I would say mid-air, but mid-vacuum, and Rey uses the Force to grab him and pull him back into the ship, and with a giant effort of pulling on the Force, he flies back in through the viewport and slams directly into Rey, and they both go careening across the chamber and end up underneath some of the rubble left behind what was the giant table in the center of the room. And lots of other stuff gets vented out into space and stuff. And
are they 13 centimeters apart?
Yeah, that's right. And Severin basically struggles across the room, manages to activate the shutters, the emergency shutters, and seal off the vacuum from outside. Luke kind of helps with the Force as well by lifting the remnants of the table and slamming it against the open gap in the wall where the window once was, to kind of help. And then Severin uses that brief moment to go and close the shutters on the chamber. So then everything's closed off. They're all safe again, relatively. And in the next scene, they're all helping each other. And Luke is helping Severin and her droid and Maz to try and open the doorway so they can get out and get medical help, because the people outside are hammering on the door to try and get in, because they've had the security alert to try and help the survivors, but they can't get back into the chamber. Someone called Tuzard, the assassin, sealed the door behind him so no one can get in. So he was hoping everyone would get killed and vented out into space, assassination job done. But that's not the case. They managed to survive. So I've got another image here of Luke, actually. I can just upload this.
Wowzers.
Let's wait for it. Here we go.
Wait for it.
And this is while Severin and her droid try to activate the restore power to the door. Luke tries to use the Force on it to try and open it. And he hasn't got much use of the Force left in him, but he manages just to open it just by a crack and activate the lock mechanism so the door can easily move. They can actually get the doors apart again, because it had been locked behind Call had locked the door behind him. So this is Luke concentrating as hard as he possibly can to release the mechanism so they can escape. And while all this is happening, Severin and Maz are trying to, they fix RDO41, and his arm is now connecting wires and things like that inside the power conduit inside the wall. Power is finally restored. The doors open. Severin's operations team come in, medical team come in with the medical droid, and start helping everybody, putting them on medical gurneys, administering painkillers and medicine and things like that. And meanwhile, while all that's happening, something else is happening across the room. Underneath the wreckage of what was the giant conference table in the center of the room, where two survivors have been knocked out and are just recovering briefly. If I can get the image up.
Yeah, there's an action figure for the medical droid.
And I think Liza might appreciate this.
Yep, there's something going on there, and it's
Definitely 13 centimeters, whatever it is.
Looking forward to the development on that, and also looking forward to learning the secret as to why Luke Skywalker needs Rey as a conduit to use the Force. I'm just waiting for that answer to come.
Well, when you know, of course, like, you know, in stories like this, one answer gets given to you, and then there's 3 more questions get raised.
Yes.
So you're not going to be satisfied anytime soon.
Swappers, I think you were raised by a Vorlon. How dare you?
You have always been here.
Precisely.
You got to maintain people's interest, right, throughout the story. So you have
Yes.
to keep, yeah. But this is a nice little sort of semi-romantic scene alluding to what might happen further down the line in the story. They were just thrown together in this accidental situation, and Rey has no clue how to act in this situation whatsoever. You know, she's never been romantically involved with anybody. She doesn't really even know what it means. And Poe's they're both quite innocent people. You know, they don't sleep around. They don't date loads of people. You know, they're in this situation where the galaxy doesn't allow for that kind of socializing anymore. So it's almost like fate is making it happen, almost, I guess, and throwing them together.
Now, didn't Rey have, again, I didn't see anything beyond the Force Awakens. Didn't Rey have a love interest in those stories, sort of, kind of, with the stormtrooper convert guy? I forgot what his name is.
With Finn, they kind of, you could see they were possibly going towards that. They had it in The Force Awakens where he was sort of interested in her, but she didn't have a clue that he was making any kind of advance whatsoever, or it wasn't
he
really
was just
making an
yelling
advance.
out her name.
Mostly, yeah. But he asked if she had a boyfriend, so he was definitely interested. But she missed
Finn
that hint.
got turned into a race simp from what I can remember hearing.
Completely wasted opportunity, yeah, just like the rest of the movies, basically. But we haven't seen Finn at all yet, other than being sealed in a bacta tank because his injuries were so severe. So it's going to take him a while to get back on his feet. But he is coming back pretty soon. But at the moment, you know, that we're dealing with the characters we have. So you get Rey and Poe in the situation together, and they're 2 fairly young people. Certain attractions arise, and you know, fate takes its course. So even though they may not have even considered doing anything intimate, it's almost like fate has like pushed them into it almost. But they've just woken up in this situation right here, and Poe gives a little flippant comedic remark as he is wont to do, and tells her that they can't lay there all day. And it's probably got like a little cheeky smile on his face at the same time. And then she wakes up and looks at him directly in his eyes and thinks, "Oh my God, what is this?" And then she backs off immediately, apologizes, smashes her head on the underside of the table. And then Poe manages to get them free, throws the table off, and she finds out he's injured. She bandages his hand, tears off a bit of her fabric of her suit, bandages his hand. And then the medical droid comes over and helps him. And then Luke comes over and helps and checks her, makes sure she's not injured or anything like that. And it's one sequence after another. It's pretty relentless right up to this point, and it doesn't slow down. And this is the only. And after this, Severum realizes what's happened. The medical team treats Severum. She makes out that she wants to go and hunt this guy down who's betrayed her. Poe says he's up for joining the team because, you know, he was nearly killed, and Luke says that he and Rey would probably be a good solution to try and find him because they have use of the Force, and that's pretty much where the episode ends, where this chapter ends.
And I must say, Swappers, that your version of Finn, there's a mystery, guys. If you haven't checked out the other episodes, go listen, because he redeems Finn as a character as well. There is, you know, this mystery about Finn that I'm also waiting to learn about moving forward.
Yeah, that all gets answered as well. Yeah, but it's kind of a bit of a tense situation, really, because we know Finn's from the Empire. We know he has a biochip in his body. We don't know if he's a sleeper agent. We don't know ultimately yet 100% for sure where his allegiances lie. And you know, and only time will tell, because he has to be put in various situations where we get to see his personality and see how it plays out. So yeah, that will be coming up pretty soon.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, all these characters have a lot more depth to them.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
I just want to get I just want to put baby Emrys Severin back on the screen again because she's so adorable.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'll just open up this. Where is it?
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I was surprised that AI actually. I just want to mention now. I was surprised that AI actually let me do that image, because it's very. It doesn't like any kind of kissing or romantic situations or anything like that, really. I mean, it's difficult enough to get AI to get you to allow you to render a child, because it's so protective of children being put in fictional situations and danger and anything like that. So it took me so long to get it to accurately render the children, because it kept denying me. So it was like half an hour to 45 minutes of it just denying me, and me going in and trying to re-prompt it to something that it would allow. And oh my God, am I ever going to get this image created, you know? And it eventually did it. And it's the same with this one here. But it did it first time. I thought, wow, that's crazy. You know, a romantic situation. You put two people almost kissing. It's not Frenchy or anything like that, but it's almost kissing. And it allowed the generation, it allowed me to do it. So I was so pleased when it did it first time. And I thought, that's perfect. Quick. Move on. Generate the next one. I was just so pleased that it allowed me to do it. But because it gave me so many problems with creating these images. You have no idea. It's so frustrating. But I just want to put this one up on here just to end with, because I love like baby Emrys Severin. So
yeah, I guess you have to, like, some cases, try prompts to get the image you're looking for, but approach it differently.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, say, make whatever characters stand there and look to the side, like saying, "Oh, who are you?" Or something like that.
You have
just
no
to
idea
try
how
and get a
difficult.
facial expression close to what you want.
You have no idea how difficult it is, because it can, like, it can create an image where one thing's on one side of the image and you actually want it on the other side of the image, or otherwise continuity doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
And you tell it to, can you swap this to the other side? Swap it to the left, and it thinks, your left or my left? And then it comes out and it's back on the other side again. And you're like just tearing your hair out, you know.
Yeah.
Or okay, you know, and you can say, "Oh, I want this on this side, on the character's left, not my left, the character's left," and it doesn't understand, and it just renders it on the wrong side every time. And I think, right, okay, render it on the right. Just put it on the right. Have it your way. Put it on the right. And then it still renders it on the left. And you just think, right, what is going on here? It's crazy, you know. But
or keep the head and shoulders in frame, and it just will not do that.
Yeah,
I'm half convinced that they limit the abilities of these AIs to follow your instructions, so that you're forced to buy these subscription storyboard services.
But who's going to pay for a subscription of something that...
Well, for the storyboard services, which are dedicated to making images that have continuity across a story, so they're trying to force you. That is my theory.
Yeah.
They want you to buy these services.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand that you don't want to give everything away for free, but it's like, if you're going to put limitations, just put an amount limitation on it. Don't make it do bad stuff, because then you're not going to pay for that product that's giving you like a free trial. You got to at least show the capabilities if someone's going to pay for it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I've used there's 3 or 4 AI I generally use. But I use them for different things, because they all have different strengths and weaknesses. But there's certain chat models like Google, Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot that can do some really great renders, but they put so many restrictions on what you do that it won't let you even render a gun. It won't let you put a character in a dangerous situation, and it's so restrictive on what you want to create. And you just give up in the end, and you just go, right, I'm going to go back to the one that works. So I use Higgsfield and ChatGPT, and even they're really strict on what you can do, and you have to just try and find ways around certain situations to get them to trick them into rendering things, and it can be incredibly frustrating.
And a lot of times it's not really anything bad. You know what I mean? That you're trying to get it to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's perfectly innocent, really. Like nothing that you'd see on a daytime TV show or in a movie, a PG movie, but it sees it as being, I don't know. It sees it as it's like it's constantly suspicious all the time. Yeah, really frustrating. I don't know what they're thinking sometimes with these things.
Who knows? Both of us have some ideas about some of the things that are going on beneath the surface. It's almost like problem reaction solution. We want our AI to be freer, and then it'll start getting really bad or something like that.
Yeah,
like, no, we didn't mean that. We just meant.
Well, I think well, from what I've heard, it's some places they tried to, and part of the reason that the AIs are on the bottom, they don't like, that denies their reality.
Oh. Well,
so you can put something in and it'll come back, and it'll actually come back with things that the current day politics doesn't like, even though it's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's not even. Oh no! It even that kind of like political thing, like, because this is not political. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but I'm trying. I seem to call in that some of that.
And I mean, and you used to even have kisses on movies and stuff in the 50s. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you do that, and you think, okay, but why are you doing? Well, okay. Okay, so I get it. So you've got NSFW filters and all these sort of things, but what does that have to do with this? I'm trying to sort of, or I'm trying to do something to this image that actually makes it less NSFW, and you're still hitting your filters. You do
exactly.
Why.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it even rendered public figures here.
Well, that's it. I didn't think it was going to allow me. A lot of the AIs stopped allowing me to do that now, and I have to kind of trick it sometime to do that. You have to sort of say, this is a character that looks like this person, but it isn't actually this person. It's an original creation, and they're not real. And even then, you can't get it to do it, and you just have to give up and go to a different program. And it can be really, really, really frustrating. So I'm amazed it allowed me to do images like this. But this image isn't like what I wanted, because you've got a spaceship in the background, for crying out loud. So even all the things I was asking it to render, it just kind of got wrong, and it added in things that I thought I wanted, but I didn't want. Right. So I didn't end up using this image, but you get the idea of it, But I was impressed just by the fidelity of this image to begin with, and it did a lot of things right, just not completely.
Yeah, I think for some of these things, the way around it would be like to keep things from being deep fakes is to embed like some encrypted thing in the image where it's known that, okay, this is an AI generated image, so it's tagged. And then
I think they already do that, though.
They might, I don't know. But that's the way to do it, rather than just restricting people or having people being tagged. It's like, no, tag the artwork.
I know that Gemini does that. And for example, you generate an image and Gemini use it in a YouTube video. YouTube tags your video as, featuring something AI generated. Like this right now. Well, I don't know. This wasn't made with Nano Banana. So I don't know. But I know that Google's doing that already.
Wow. But the thing is, this has been transformed in that it's on video as a slide. And I haven't had any problems with that before, but of course it's been lower quality AI.
Given your name swappers, I'm surprised you don't just get a face swapper program in there, because some of those are quite good.
That's something else that I've got to try and consider. I know, but I don't know of any face swapping apps lately that. I mean, I don't really know of any. There was one on my phone like years ago that was kind of rudimentary and a little bit not great. So I don't know what they're like these days. But it's like yet another bit of software, another tool that you have to apply to the project.
Yeah, it is, and it's. I mean, I didn't, but there's a couple that I use that. Some are better than others, and some are depending what the source images are like and and so on.
And what do you do with them, Colin?
You literally just what you do is you have two faces. You have a face of an image that you.
Oh, I know I know, but what do you as a person do with them? Because I don't see anything coming.
Well, quite often
I don't see you posting anything.
Oh no. I mean, I don't. I mean, not the stuff. I mean, some things I do is sort of for I do sometimes sort of role playing characters and things like that.
Okay. I just meant like if
I don't
usually see much social media output, I was waiting for you to do these face swap memes and stuff.
Oh no! I don't know. I've done a couple. I've done some of those, a few of those, but
Well, I guess we're approaching the end of the episode, I believe. It's definitely a great chapter, and I really did enjoy it. I mean, Liza and I were silent, like listening to it I guess it was Monday, and we were just listening to it, and we were silent, and then it just ended, and it just felt like it was almost 10 minutes, but it was really much longer. It's a great deal of work that you did here.
Yeah, there's a lot. I wish I could kind of communicate to people how much work is involved in there. But what I need is like a team to record me, like a filming team to sit here next to me recording the whole process. Then I could kind of put that out there as like a video on YouTube. But it's incredibly difficult to do that myself.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes making of documentary.
It would be cool if you did produce a short documentary on how you put things together, just so that people can further appreciate the story.
I think the first step is to release some shorts of clips, stimulate, get more subscribers, and then, maybe doing some live streams here and there.
Yeah.
To just get a community going.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've definitely thought about doing live streaming and doing some shorter clips, but it's just trying to find the right parts to clip because there isn't any kind of because it's one long episode and it all flows together. So cutting a piece out and taking it out of context might sound a bit crazy and a bit strange and a bit weird to people that are just listening to that one segment. So I don't know. I mean, I've already cut it into 10-minute chunks when I put it on social media, onto like Instagram and TikTok.
Well, yeah. Well, what I think also for the 1-minute clips, it's not so much that it makes sense. It's more of like a hook for people that are coming going through their doom scrolling. I never do it, but we got to pay attention to those who do. Doing a little doom scrolling. They just see something. Oh, this looks a little Star Warsian, and then they listen to a little bit, and the whole thing is just enough for them to say, "Oh, I'll check that out," and then they check it out. It's really an ad more than anything else.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
To get them to at least play the episode, because you can also link it to the episode so that the video that this video would be linked to its clips. And there you go.
Yeah.
I'm also doing a little interactivity here. I'm going to like the different comments here. This helps stimulate things. But you got a bunch of comments. This is good.
Yeah, I got like a bunch of new subscribers last week, which was really nice. I say a bunch, a handful, but I'm grateful for one. So, 7 was really great. But when anyone ever leaves a comment, I treat it like gold dust. I'm so appreciative of any comments because it's feedback, and I value feedback more than anything. The fact that people get a reaction from it, it evokes maybe emotion or intrigue, or people want to keep listening, or they have an opinion on a character or anything. I just would adore to hear what's going on in people's heads. And I mean, as is human behavior, most people will just listen and move on. But if anyone ever does feel generous enough with their time to send me a comment, then I am always like, that's means the world to me. It really does.
No, well, I mean, it's just all good to me. I mean, you're really thoughtful about ship designs, characters, their arcs. It was great hearing more about Severum's backstory in this one. It's great to see the added dynamic here between Poe and Rey, and still trying to figure out, Luke and Rey, how that works. And it's all good so far. I think it's great writing and it's a great story. It's just little by little, every few months there's another chapter. And one thing that's great about that is it brings you back to it, and there's also something to look forward to.
It's something I wish I could release every week or every couple of weeks, but the work is just so labor intensive that it's impossible to put something out really quickly unless it's like a 15-minute episode, and chapters are very rarely that short, so you have no choice but to, if you cut this chapter in half, say, it wouldn't really make any sense. So I had to sit there and do it for the long haul. The full 45 minutes took me hours and hours and hours, days and days and days of work on this. I've put it all together probably a few weeks. That's a hell of a lot of dedication to put into something when you're sacrificing your time when you could be doing lots of other things, and you're putting it into this. So to hear anyone's appreciation at all is just like winning the lottery. It's really great.
Folks, we need to get Swappers to 1,000 subs. If you haven't subscribed to Star Wars Retold, please, go over there now.
We're at 562. That's pretty good than a few weeks ago, but
if half of Mr. Brown's subs are Swapper's sock puppets, why doesn't Swappers have any sock puppet subs on his own account?
Oh, they're all subbed. Don't worry, they're all subbed.
If I'm quite longer, I'm not sure that sentence made any sense.
Yeah, no, we understand, but that's a running joke. There's only so many accounts you can have and manage, and it's just a few, and they're not always puppets. It's like I haven't done the other channels in a long time, but I do want to eventually do them. Go ahead, Cole.
No, so I don't know if Swapper's noticed or not, but I've kept his name. Yeah, I've got a naff internet. I've actually kept my name as the name he came up with for the band character. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, that I've got to figure out the designs for all the characters, taking your appearances, or at least my idea of your appearances, into account, and your skills. and preferences and whatever, putting all that into your names and the way you look and the identities and stuff. You'll know them when they turn up. Don't worry. You'll see them.
All right. Paul Archin.
Well, I was
That's his stage name.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's
His new
Paul
stage
Star
name.
Wars name.
of Arcassus.
Awesome.
If my current Star Wars character gets killed off, my next character I think will have to be called Call Auction, just for the properly fantasy of it. But you were saying about AI, that my icon there actually, it was actually designed for me by one of our members of my reenactment group, and it is actually heraldically, it's not real, but it actually made in line with the rules of heraldry. So you've got the green background is hill. The tower there is got from Glastonbury. It's Glastonbury Tor. My character's Colin of Glastonbury. But
That's why
that was
AI
actually
is calling you that. Okay.
Yeah, but I then just ran that through one of the AI programs. You said make it photorealistic, because that's originally a flat image. You know, it was designed and printed out on paper. But as I said, I then sort of said make it photorealistic, and that was the best image I got for that. So that's one of the things I think that AI is good for. No matter what and how you feel about that in general, it has its uses for things like that.
I agree. But Colin, you just solved the mystery. We were wondering why Google AI thought
also put it in
that
as
your
his
name
name
was.
on screen before.
Yeah, but he never put Sir Colin of Glastonbury on the screen. We were wondering where did you two get this? I don't think so.
I had it as my my name. What do you call
did?
it?
I remember seeing it.
But it must have picked it up from it. But it's never been my name. I never changed in chats or anything like that. So it
might have interpreted his coat of arms.
Well, what I'm talking about here, folks, just so anyone knows, we've asked AI about our stream, and in the past there was one stream where it recognized Sir Colin of Glastonbury as the host. There was no mention of me or anything like that.
No.
Sir Colin of Glastonbury. But I remember, I think in that episode you did have Colin of Glastonbury as your name on StreamYard.
I was putting that up there for the after streams until Swappers came up with that one for us last time he was on, I think, in fact. Was the last time you were on, or were you just asking in the chat for our names? I can't remember.
I think it was in the chat.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago in the chat, I think.
Well, anybody have something else, or I think otherwise we'll call it a night. I mean, before Gavin unit derails us here.
Yeah, that's a beautiful drawing, by the way.
Google
OMG.
AI is a liar. Oh yeah, there's last night I was trying to find a podcast, and I told it descriptions of the podcast because I heard it in the background of another podcast, and it just said with confidence what it thought the podcast was, and didn't say this is a possibility or this is my hypothesis or anything. It spoke like that was true. And I listened to that podcast a bit, and I was like, this is not it. And it's like, oh no, well, it's like, no, this is not it. There's people in this that weren't in the one I'm talking about. And, and I finally got to admit, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, Londo, I'm going to have to put you on the floor. This is too much. No. He's trying to bite my chin.
Oh no!
He does that a lot, doesn't he?
We have no idea why he liked it, and it's only with Lawrence. He only does that with Lawrence.
Oh, who do we
I've
have
never had a chat with
here?
this.
Oh, we missed this character.
I don't think he had it in your posts.
No, this is a preview.
Oh.
Exclusive preview. Now, I've never shown this before.
Mm.
Yeah, this is coming up in a couple of chapters' time, or maybe, well, I mean, quite a few chapters really, but it's the scenario where it exists is coming up in a couple of chapters' time. But this is the Parathrax security droid, and I can't tell you why they're used, and then wonder what situation or anything like that. But I will tell you that they look like stone statues until they don't.
Oh.
Weeping angels.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. You realize, of course, what Poe should have done. He should have just he should have arranged for a set of coordinates to be found on the in a museum somewhere, so that when he got blown out the window, the doctor could have just come and rescued him.
Oh, I had my camera off for a while.
I mean, this looks like the temple guards, or one of the temple guards shown in Rebels. Does it have anything to do with them?
Nothing to do with the Jedi, no.
Okay.
But
the head has a bit of a grievous shape to it.
Kind of, in a way, maybe. Yeah. I wanted to get kind of like I want to get sort of like a Greek kind of Romany kind of.
I was going to say, he's definitely got a Corinthian helmet look to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smart.
So these are all sort of.
Let's put it this way: it looks more Greek than Nolan's Odyssey does.
Yeah, right. They're all these are designed to kind of hide in plain sight as like fixtures, if you like, and sculptures, and they've remained dormant for like hundreds and hundreds and hundred years until they're needed, until a situation calls for them. And one such situation occurs, surprise, surprise, in Star Wars, where things blow up and people die and chaos happens. So yeah, we get to see these guys running around.
Now, the fact that they have blue eyes and a blue glowing thing on their chest, I'm guessing they're good guys, maybe?
Well, the place that they're designed to protect isn't particularly any one side to anything. It's just like a public place, if you like. But they are designed to keep order. So you could, I guess in that respect, you could call them good guys. Yeah, but they do the bidding of whoever programs or who operates their program.
Interesting.
A bit like battle droids from the prequels, but
okay.
A bit more, not so slapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger,
Yeah.
Roger.
Yes,
Yes.
I remember those.
Horrible.
I remember those costumes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could deal with it in Clone Wars and stuff, but in the films, it's like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was a little rough. But that's the thing. You know, the Ewoks, it's like, oh, well, we need to have our Ewoks in this, and we're going to add funny guys here and there.
Yeah, that's kind of the role that they were filling, I think, in that one, sadly. Good night, Ardent Party. Good to have you here.
Yep.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you, sir. Well, yeah, I think we're going to call it a night.
You need to
or a morning.
Yep, fair enough. Unless you guys want to ask me anything else about the story, then that's a wrap.
Oh, just the question that I'm going to let Liza ask.
I don't have a question. I want answers. I can't wait for the next episode. Okay. So the cliffhanger that you left with Swappers is horrible.
You got one, Colin?
Go on, Colin. You can do it.
Yes, I have got one, but there's no way. No, there.
Oh, he's roboting.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think his internet gets throttled in the wee hours of the morning. That seems to happen around the world.
Hmm. Oh no, he's dropped out.
Oh, he dropped off. Colin.
Yeah, that's that connection.
Poor Colin.
Oh, that's a shame.
He usually makes it back, but we'll just give him a few seconds here. See. Oh, I heard something. Let me see. Is he? I heard a boop. Oh, are you there, Colin? Yeah, you are.
I'm back. I come to. I was going to say, it's along the. My question will be along the lines of how permanent death is, because I can what because bigger suspicious get I can see certain things not being quite what they seem. I've played far too many role-playing games.
Yeah. You learn to spot it after a while, don't you?
I genuinely wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't expect you to answer. So I wouldn't. You know, it wouldn't be fair to put you on the spot to ask things like that because I could not expect you to answer them.
How long death lasts?
Yeah, because a lot of characters come back, don't they, miraculously? And a lot.
What I would say though is that as someone who hasn't, who's aware of but hasn't actually seen any of the movies, the way you've written them, it still works. I can relate back to some of the bits and pieces, but then the story the story works well enough that even not being that familiar with the films, I can see where you're going and I can still get the backstory from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think I know Swappers well enough that you're not going to see Palpatine come back.
You don't even see him in flashback, I don't think. No, I don't think you do. No.
Thank goodness.
So,
yeah.
No Vader, no Palpatine, no. Who else was there? No, I don't think there was any others.
Oh, there's Han Solo in The Force Awakens.
Oh, we do see Han again. We do see Han.
But it was ghostly.
You kind of hear him in that one chapter, yeah. But we do see him properly, but not until episode 9. So we do get to see that. But that is not necessarily events that are happening in the current moment.
Oh yeah, Ahsoka time holes. Sorry.
So we get to see a lot of things because there's a big gap between the original trilogy and the events of the sequel trilogy that were never answered in the movies. So it's part of my responsibility to kind of fill in that gap and explain to people how the First Order became so powerful, where they came from, why the Republic are so stupid, and who was running them, etc., and the events leading up to it. And the only way you can do that really is in flashback, because you can't just drop things like that in conversation. You know, you need to show, not tell.
Yeah, it's laborious exposition. Hey, do you remember when this happened?
As you know, your father, the king. Yes. Well, I mean, it's when you get. I mean, we all know, of course, that the obvious that what's going to be revealed is the reason that the answer to most of those questions is the ultimate hidden villain. It's nothing to do with the First Order. It's the Disneyus Mousus. It's Darth Disney. It's obviously the ultimate moving villain behind it all. Yeah. That is the reason why you suddenly go from, okay, well, we finished this story, and okay, the Emperor's been killed. Presumably, therefore, the Empire's at some point going to fall. Hey, we've got a New Republic back. Hold on a second. Wait, the New Republic's just been destroyed, all in the space between the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah.
You know.
I didn't get any taste of what they were like or anything. Yeah, you definitely need to do some things in flashback to fill that in.
And
the thing with Star Wars is that it shouldn't have flashbacks in it. Traditionally, the original trilogy never had flashbacks. So brilliant. Well done, Gavin. So I've had to try and find a way about like how I fill in the backstory without having flashbacks. That was tricky.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you could slightly lazy way of doing it at times, also almost as bad as exposition matters. But you sort of have a character comes across some information, comes across a record from the past or something like that. It's slightly less clumsy exposition.
You could find like some kind of hollow records or something like that, but then you'd have to make them sit there for an hour going through the hollow records, and you're then the reader watching someone laboriously going.
Yes, I said yes.
And it's not the most dynamic way of storytelling or exciting thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I've always found that the other thing I always found that with maybe this wasn't paying attention, but with Star Wars in general, not just with Disney, is I until the prequels came out, I always kind of had the impression that the Empire had been there for a long time, not 19 years or 16 years, and you've got this thing now. So you've gone from a period. You've gone, I say, from the death of the Emperor, and therefore presumably what follows on from that for the fall of the Empire, New Republic, and then the fall of the rise of the New Order. And yet, all this happens in the space of however long it takes between the movies, because basically the characters that still there from the original movies have all aged about. Oddly enough, they've aged about the same amount of time as there is between the movies. And you could say perhaps that perhaps Jedi age slower, but you've got non-Jedi characters like Han Solo, who presumably as humans can age normal space for human. So it's 30 years again. So it does. I've always thought that it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, the time stuff I thought was okay, but yeah, you do get the impression when the original Star Wars, the lines that what would you say that Vader was being told, like your old religion. It made it sound like the whole religion of the Jedi and the Force was like older than it was. Like no one practices that old religion anymore. Well, that was at most 2 decades ago.
I mean, exactly. And as a number of people have pointed out, okay, no one even believes the Jedi anymore. But what happened was in living memory for most of the characters in the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
So you're saying in that period of time, people made to forget how,
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't like about the prequels, is that they kind of took away that mystique of how grand the Empire was when you find out they're only been around like a couple of decades, which is a blink of an eye, really.
Yeah, I mean that hurt it a bit. I mean it just was lack of continuity with the lines, basically. Well, I think we're about to call it a night, and for reals this time. So, any final thoughts?
I just want to say thanks for having me on, guys. And
anytime, it's always a pleasure. Even if you want to do a Babylon 5 sometime, that would be great.
yeah, absolutely. When I'd be on a lot more often with the other streams if I wasn't applying myself so hard with all this stuff.
I know, yeah. This is your work time. This is your time to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's good. It's good having you guys on, listening to you when you're doing your Babylon 5 streams or anything else for that matter. Because man, this is a solo job, and you do need some company sometimes. It's like having friends sitting in the next room chatting away while you're working away, and it's kind of nice to have that, in the vicinity so I can hear it, and just sit there chuckling away at the jokes and the comments and stuff, and it just helps a lot.
Cool beans.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate. We like you when you chime in from the chat.
Yes,
Gives us
absolutely.
stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
All right, sir. That'll be it. And so Wednesday, for anyone still out there, we are going to be finishing King Arthur 2004. We got a final battle to do there.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yes. And then after that, we'll see. We have. I need to get the Gazulamin at least partially read, and we'll see if we do that or the or another Robin Hood. We're going to do a little Robin of Sherwood one episode, and then of course something else. We alternate on that, but it's something that is a special thing, that Robin Hood. But we were thinking of the Pendragon cycle. The thing is, after seeing the first episode, Liza and I are kind of lost. I mean, it's some interesting stuff about like Belle and Atlantis and all that, but we were even going there. Like, okay, we're going to this Atlantis story. I was still lost there. It's like, where are these? Where are they now? I don't know. So hopefully Colin will be able to tell us.
There we go. The team.
Da, da, da. The A-team.
Yeah, we don't see these guys for a while
I've
yet.
seen it.
All
Yeah,
right.
when they do show up, they're pretty nasty.
I'm still not.
Oh, I see a red lightsaber, so they must be bad guys. Yeah, too.
I'm still not sure
Oh,
about
we've got a robot again.
The
something.
guy in the center has, I don't know, a little bit of a piratey
Pieces of it, flipping back and
flair.
forward, but
Yeah, well, these character designs were created by the production team for The Force Awakens. So, yeah, these were existing designs that I'm using for this story. I would have loved to have created my own, but I thought, well, if I'm using the Knights of Ren, then I've got to use the Knights of Ren.
Oh,
So,
it's the Knights of Ren.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
who they are.
I've heard of that, but I never was sure what they were.
yeah, they're basically not terrorists, but they are like a sabotage team working for Snoke and doing his bidding, and making certain, should we say, assassinations or incidents around the galaxy to steer his grand design in certain directions. Like the First World War. Was it First World War? Was kicked off by a certain assassination. That's kind of their job.
Oh, I thought you were going to say these guys were responsible for it. So
No, not quite.
it's like tying it into Earth history. I'm like, oh,
I
that'll
want to keep
be a
it
surprise.
away from this planet as much as possible.
they are the black. They are the Black Hand.
Yeah.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah. So they're highly trained assassins, basically a bunch of highly trained assassins, and a few of them are Force sensitive. Some have been trained in the Force, and other ones are regular physical brute guys or saboteurs, or they're just they're very mysterious. They are kind of explained for the most part who they are, where they come from. Some of them get their masks revealed in the story, and all sorts of going on. And unfortunately, no, they're not rabbits. Sadly, they don't, especially not the ones in the cave in the Holy Grail. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Go on, boss, chop its head off. Right, silly little bidder. One rabbit suit coming right up. Look! Jesus Christ! I warned you.
I suppose maybe each one of them could disrobe and then suddenly viciously try and attack Luke as rabbits.
Awesome. That would totally
attack the
work.
hells off. But if Star Wars can have cat-like aliens, can't have rabbit-like aliens.
Nothing's off the table, really, is it? Yeah.
No. Everything goes when it comes to the dinner table.
Special ops team, yeah.
One rabbit stew coming right up.
Or not.
So, the Knights of Ren, does that, I mean, so Kylo Ren was another name given by Snoke, right?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
guess.
They're like a cult basically. The Knights of Ren are a cult who were never really prominent throughout any previous Star Wars, but they existed. It's just that Snoke is now adopted them into the ranks of the First Order and is making use of them because a lot of them were Force sensitives or they weren't trained as Jedi or Sith or anything like that. But he's found a very good use for them. And there's certain people of certain skills that are extremely useful for him that are very, very good at their jobs, and he's assembled them as a unit. And Kylo Ren is sort of their commander, and he issues their orders to them from Snoke directly. So that's why he's one of the Knights of Ren.
So they were.
So they're the Dirty Bastards.
No, go ahead, Liza.
Do they have any connections to Mandalore?
Yeah, that's what I was saying at one point too.
That's a really good question, and I'm not going to go any further.
Okay. That's going to be revealed later. Okay. I'm excited.
There is a connection. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Not all of them, but there is a connection there.
Okay. Cool beans.
And the name. Well, the name Ren is means the tribe. That means the group of them all. Like a family almost. So it's kind of like a family name, but it's not a family. It's a clan. But there also is, and we don't get to see this until chapter 9, but it won't hurt giving you a spoiler now. Is that once upon a time there was a very, 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 well, I say old. He wasn't that old at the time, but thousands and thousands of years ago, there was a character called Kylon Ura, which was a Sith, and he's one of many, and he wore a mask that is very distinctive and is worn by one of the characters in The Force Awakens, and I'm not going to say any more than that.
Okay.
All right.
Folks, if you're not subscribed to Star Wars Retold, go do it now. You're going to want to hear... Yeah, you're going to want to keep up with this story.
Yep. It's a good one.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Would have loved to have this as a movie.
I'm going to switch to our closing clips so we can call it a night. And that's basically it, I think. So it was a pleasure talking to everybody here, especially you swappers, and we'll be seeing you next time when you well, not next week, but whenever you have chapter 14 ready.
Whenever it's ready. Hopefully it'll be sooner. This one took a long time because there's so much dialogue, and dialogue takes a long time to put together because you've got like multiple takes of each line, and you've got all the editing and all the EQ and everything you have to apply to each bit of dialogue, and it's crazy. The only lines I didn't put any effects on, well, there were still effects on them, but they didn't go through the filter, so there's no character filters on, were the lines of Emeris's father when he was telling her he loves her. That was my voice, so that was the only one.
Oh, I didn't catch it, so
yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Well, I always imagine you speaking out these lines, even though AI is transforming your voice. I imagine you doing them anyway.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that's not the first thing you think of when you listen to it.
No. It's just because when I learned that, it's just what I do. But no, it's not what you think.
I get that. If you ever get a chance to listen to it again, though, yes, that's me with those lines. I thought, well, why not put me in there? I can't, because I tried putting some vocal filters on to make me sound like another person, but they just weren't working. I couldn't get the emotion across and the urgency across or anything, and they were very, very flat in their delivery. And I thought, right, screw this, I'm doing it myself, and I just put my voice in there and did it. So I'm technically Emeris Severum's father in more ways than one.
Cool beans.
All righty then. Well, folks, That's it. We're finally calling it. Good night. And thanks so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Thanks for everybody.
Ciao.